Welcome to Dancing with the Stars. This season comes to a horrifying end.
Horrifying is too easy.
Okay,
I mean, that's too light.
That could be the first topic. What word should we use to describe it? This is the ID Club Road Trip Dancing with the Stars Houston edition, and it's over. But proudly brought to you for at least one more night by the Nebraska Alumni Association. We're probably going to spend a lot of time at the end of the project shouting out our sponsors.
They're the best, and I'm so sorry.
Joining us on the ride over the course of the last 2 weeks. It was awesome, and now it's over. And Schaefer and I are flying home really early tomorrow. So not really. We're going to go to the airport really early tomorrow. We can talk about those things later. But the Nebraska Alumni Association, we had an incredible time. You spent some time with them today at their little gathering.
Dude,
Stibbs
I talked to
Illinois fans.
Yeah, I did. That was fun.
Oh, that was so fun just a few hours ago.
Were the good times?
I'll remember it.
Yeah, we will. But we appreciate the Nebraska Alumni Association. HuskerAlum.org is the website to go to. We'll be telling you about them all throughout the show tonight.
Join us so we can beat Iowa. Join the because if you eventually join the Alumni Association, that will be until we get enough people in the Alumni Association. They will. Here we go.
It continues for Stibbs.
Finally.
Look at this guy. He's going to get some positive happiness in his life.
No, that's your.
Mike's having an
Oh, the Mariners! Go Mariners! Let's go, baby!
baseball season.
Sorry.
So, what about the Husker baseball? What do you guys think about the series coming up this weekend? Who do we got?
I got Indiana.
Who cares?
Hey, look at this. Josiah already drops us a super. Ignore my voicemails. LOL. If this is the Josiah that I think it is, I know this person. His parents are old family friends of my parents from high school back in the day.
I know. What time do I start playing the voicemails from? I don't want to hear anyone who's still talking.
Excited.
Yeah. Great question. There was an Iowa fan who tweeted at me. He triggers me because he only talks shit, but then whenever I respond, like being like, what do you mean by that? He just ignores me. And so he said, where's the link to the I-80 show? I didn't respond because I tweeted it like 5 minutes beforehand. Scroll through my timeline, bro.
Get on here. Come here. Hey, let's go. Look, I will take you to a darker place than you've ever been. I will take you to a darker place. Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, yeah, they can talk.
Drag him down with us.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take you to hell because that's where I am. I'll bring you right down.
By the way,
I'll bring you right down to hell.
Our audio is not working.
Amazing. It's surprising.
What's going on there?
Josh, your mic not be working.
Oh, wait, here. I know why.
Josh's mic.
It's just yours.
This is amazing. We didn't do the one thing we were supposed to do.
Hey, there we are.
We were talking through here.
Yeah, and it didn't work. Hey, are we back? Look at that. Hey, hello. Yep. Okay, it was working. They could hear us.
They could just hear you because you're farther away.
Hey, look, just like you support the Huskers on game day, support the Alumni Association.
This was, hey, you know what this was? This was our version of 4 men on the court at the end of a basketball game.
How does that happen?
Mavs guy drops us a super. Mike sounds awful. Double check. Hopefully we're good.
Yeah, let us know if it's okay.
Please let us
Oh,
know.
thank you. I appreciate you paying us.
How does that happen after a timeout
in
the most important time
listen,
of the game?
Nobody, everything you say, there's a very little chance that anything you say won't piss me off at a
We're all
huge
mad.
amount.
I didn't know. So it sounds like none of us knew about it live. I didn't realize.
I think one mic sounds bad, not all 4. Okay, just to be clear.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Mike.
No, everyone says we're back. All right, we're good.
It sounds great.
There's 6 of
Okay,
us.
well, you don't get a refund.
So I didn't realize. Is that where should we start there? I don't know where the hell.
Hey, the Alumni Association serves, connects, and celebrates all UNL alumni with programs, benefits, and events that strengthen Husker tradition. You can support Huskers everywhere by becoming a member of the Alumni Association at huskeralum.org/join. Husker Alum, the Alumni Association had one of the highlights of the night with that freaking party. OMG.
Which led to a great tweet from Stibbs, which now I've ignored the conversation. I don't want to see.
Yeah, you want to mute
I don't know.
now,
I'm done on
but,
Twitter.
Okay, here's a critique that
You're welcome for all the followers and the impressions.
Thank you. By the way, Josh Pearson, Mike Schaefer, Jack Mitchell, Mike Stibbs. I am confused about the insult of Nebraska fans not having jobs. That was the one that I'm a little confused by. Husker fans are down here because they don't have jobs.
Look at all these unemployed guys who spent $2,000 a person to get down here for a day.
Yeah, for one day. Anyway, shout out Kenneth, who's not a Husker fan, but it looks like Jackie's being very nice. Dropped us $19.99. Round of beer on me, boys. Wow. Thank you, Kenneth.
Hey, Mikey Mike, go Hawks. We own you. You do. No, you do. You do.
Uh-oh.
You do. You'll never feel this depth of pain that I feel. You will never touch it. And I've been through more than you.
Yeah, but they have to live in Iowa or root for them. They're both.
I don't know. Can we ban them? I don't know. I don't care.
I don't know how that works.
I mean, if that's what you're doing tonight, man, if they won, we would be, oh, God.
Yeah, we'd definitely be
be watching.
We'd definitely be in the YouTube chat of an Iowa podcast being like,
so sad.
Gotcha, bitch.
So sad.
We would have been at your place.
So
That's
terrible.
why we're here. This is going to be a sad
Been at
show.
my
This is going to
place.
be shitty. Shave and I have already got, we're leaving tomorrow. We're getting back in Omaha at 7 tomorrow. Sorry, Stibbs. We're leaving.
No. Well, yeah, I was kind of excited to watch baseball with Shafe at the Astros, but that's okay.
I am a little bummed.
Astros are 0-1.
Astros game.
Yeah, you guys
booked that freaking fast. Damn.
Yeah, we're standing waiting for our
sketchy part of the walk that we made the halfway here.
Halfway here.
So did we.
Hey, no, we're not making Jack mad, Stibbs. We're not making Jack mad.
We had a different reason for walking.
What was that?
We didn't have a car down there.
Yeah, we were just like, let's just walk.
Why didn't you just tell me? We could have brought you.
No,
I thought about that, but I didn't know where you were, and I kind of just assumed.
Not close.
I also would have had to have just gotten the trunk.
I sort of
A lot of
assumed that
room.
you did the thing that always happens where you park in a parking garage and then you're stuck there forever. Is that like a...
Don't type, Jack.
I'm not typing.
Oh, okay, you're just checking the supers.
I'm changing so I... Hey,
Do you just see the supers?
Hey, Iowa fans.
That's a great
I
idea.
won't see it ever. I won't see it ever.
Yeah, I muted that tweet too.
It will ring in your head forever, and I will never see it. You could be talking shit now. I won't see it.
Every time you quote tweet
some
that
other
tweet,
fans
we
will.
get money for it. So
yeah, we get money. Everything you say, I get money for.
Is this a compliment from Bruce? Josh doesn't lie when he says he's very good at projecting his voice. It almost shocked me last week. I just thought it was like that when he talked to him. Because Riz says it's ridiculous.
Have you noticed how I turn you down every time we sit down?
If
you watch the actual meters, you are like a third louder than everybody.
Think of that.
You are very loud, and that's not mean. Like you you are loud as shit.
All right,
I assume that I'm loud.
Don't change it because now the levels are fine. Like don't think about it.
I don't know what you mean, Shane. Stibbs.
I'm also not sure. Go man, go Ends.
Yeah. So Nebraska loses. The season is over. Jack, one of the arguments that we had. Oh, we got another super from Josiah. Refs count players on the floor 4 or 6. They tell the coach silent tonight. Wow. Stibbs said something to me but a few minutes ago about this. And he said, I don't want to even speak for you.
Go ahead.
Want me to bring it up? Yeah. He goes, I'm not going to bring it up, but and now I am apparently.
Yeah, that's okay.
You heard from a ref? Is that what it was?
A friend of mine who has refed a lot in obviously not a college.
I'm gonna be staying in a beach house with a ref,
but a
can't wait for you to yell at
a good high school referee.
Yeah.
Who claims to me now? He also prefaced this, as do I, that it's high school. It's high school, and also I'm not blaming the refs for this, but it's interesting,
and it better be interesting.
Apparently, there are protocols in place to check the court before you hand the ball to someone. That there are players on it, that everyone's ready to go.
Yeah.
And he prefaced it. This is our fault, 100% our fault. After a timeout, people didn't know where they're supposed to be. It's weird.
Me of all people, there is no way I
said I'm not.
There is no way. Like if I'm saying this, if I'm saying this, no one shouldn't say this. There's no way that's the ref's fault.
Yes. I don't understand and I was trying to tell the story and then I realized our mics were unplugged. I didn't know this happened. So I sent a video at the end of the game to Odson so we could have one more tweet. Here's some tears, everybody. You want to cry together?
Oh, yeah.
And so he said, was this before or after there were 4 players on the court? Not understanding what he meant. I thought he meant in the literal moment. I'm like, the game's over. Who cares? And then I'm scrolling on Twitter, and I got a tweet from a Creighton fan that was like, something about Fred Hoiberg and 4 players on the floor. And I was like, wait a second. What? And that's when it dawned on me. Because Schaefer and I were trying to figure out when we left the arena what happened. Because I missed it. I was looking this way, and then suddenly I see Berkay chasing him down and fouling him. And in that moment, the game was essentially over. I didn't realize that they only had 4 guys on the floor at the time.
No, the last 3 minutes of the game were, an absolute horror movie.
Yeah.
Terrible. You had that. You had Iowa having like 2 posterizing dunks on Nebraska. You had every 3-pointer,
and then an exclamation dunk at the end just for
no
fun.
reason.
after
I
they
didn't
get
even.
up by six.
I walked
That's when you
out.
decided to. And honestly, what's funny is I wanted to leave about a minute before you did, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to force him to." And then as soon as you said I can't, I was like, "Thank God, let's get the hell out of here."
Yeah, but you guys missed Price's last 3. He
Did he hit one?
Yeah.
Cool.
I saw a tweet.
The story of the game
I'm
to
happy
me
for him, but
is that no one other than Sanford and Frager could be found in the second half for Nebraska. I mean, scoring wise, you needed one other guy to step up, and you're in a really safe spot. And Rink Mass missed like 11 threes. He's got to. It's my fault for putting out the video of him making the
17 in a row.
and then talking about like how he's just ripping the nets. That I jinxed it, I guess.
He looked good. I mean, he made some real nice ones in the first half.
And it's like they couldn't figure out a way to get Jamarcus to get mid-range shots or to attack. Frager never really attacked him. Thank you.
Nobody did.
You know, like Mass backed. Yeah, well, Mass just kept losing the ball or getting fouled or whatever. 8 down 3 times in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, you were
backed his ass into the thing, put it up, did his Euro finish, and it was great. We didn't see it again the rest of the game, even when he was posted up on him. He drove in sometime.
It felt like every time we got it inside, we either got fouled or scored, and they kind of just stopped trying.
Yeah,
the whole second half was just trying to get Price Sanford off the screen.
Yeah,
which and it only worked like 20% of the time.
At some point, you've got to get. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen a great player for another team ever just be unable to get a shot. Hardly ever in a game. You don't see that with other players.
A guy who needs an inch. That guy
needs almost.
That guy
he had a few shots tonight where I was like, Jesus,
that
how
guy
did he do that?
No room, and they still couldn't.
Once again, one of the best performances I've ever seen is going to go to trash.
I haven't seen a shooter like that, especially in
Nebraska.
It's unbelievable. He could do it blindfolded.
You needed another guy to step up, and Mass finished with 9 points, and Hoiberg finished with 6, and Lawrence finished with 9, and Berke had 2. They all looked great. Dale had 4. Yeah, and the thing is, like, you knew you had Sanford, who was going to be your tone setter and all of that, and Frager was great. And we've talked about this time and time again. I mean, the thing about this team is you get a few performances, and the nice thing is you get 3 out of that group to show up. You're usually safe.
They got 2.
And they got a night where Iowa had 4 guys scoring double digits. They naturally, after not making more than 7 threes in the first 2 games, made 13 tonight. And Nebraska just couldn't survive it.
Yeah, and what's wild too is Iowa had a lot of possessions where it was a tie game where they're down by 2 and they shot a 3 and they, you have to scroll the other way. Sorry, I stepped on my computer. And they got close. By the way, how about this? And I had tweeted something about Sam because Fight says whisper. Sam kind of had a bad game. 5 turnovers for Sam. Is that true? The 5 turnovers?
They had what, 10 or 11 total, maybe more.
Yeah, and it is wild too because for a big chunk of this game, it was super clean on both sides. There was it was wild looking up and seeing like 2 fouls and a few turnovers total.
And I don't know how much of that.
What was
things not getting called?
Yeah, for sure.
What was the score when they just ran over Sanford and kicked the ball down the court?
Oh my gosh!
I think at that point,
where Price got punched in the face.
I think it was 5. It was either 5 or 3.
Nebraska up 5, and it's like they're kind of in this. Maybe they can take control of it. And Nebraska had multiple opportunities to just sort of push that game out.
That might have been the turning point. Chase.
But that definitely, like, Sanford just gets run over, and then he leaves the game, and there's about 8 and change left in the second half. But from that point forward, it just never felt like Nebraska was able to control things in the same way that they did there. I mean, I'm somewhat shocked we're even having this conversation because so much of this game went exactly how you wanted.
Oh my gosh! I thought
they rebounded great. They had a ton of assists, so guys were scoring off of passes. All of that happened in the first 35 minutes of the game. And then the last 5 minutes, as you said,
how about
you
this?
said 3, but it's really the last 5. Yeah. Sanford and Frager were the only 2 people that scored, I think.
You ready for this? So here it is. Nick Bod tweeted this. Iowa closed the game on a 15-6 run in the final 6 minutes. He says it was 15-3 if you take away the 15-3 over the course of 6 minutes. And it got to a point where, there was that really sad possession late where they got like 3 or 4 offensive rebounds. I don't know if you were still in the building. Nebraska just kept shooting threes. They'd rebound it, and they'd run out to the 3-point line and shoot another one, and they would miss it like over and over and over. That happened. We want to give a shout-out to our great supporters who helped us get down here to watch this horrifying game. But in all seriousness, we had a great time. Many community partners, including Nebraska Pulmonary Specialties, will be playing some voicemails a little bit later on. Those should be a doozy. Thank you so much to Nebraska Pulmonary Specialties, especially given that this is going to be a sad one and done for us down here. But we really, really do appreciate.
Please, if you know any of these businesses, like if they're in your communities or if you're considering any, we'll read them all. But like, shout them out, thank them.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, I feel terrible.
Yeah, well,
I feel freaking terrible.
Let's shout them out right now, Jack. Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology, AllSweep, Andrews Monument, Capital Dental, Husker Power Products, Katie McDonald Realty.
Anderson.
Oh, man, I had it written down correctly on here. I now was Anderson Monument. Thank you. Capital Dental, Husker Power Products, Katie McDonald Realty, Look Architectural Coating, Sandstone Wealth Management, The Still, Sutton, Linder, and Sutton. 1620 The Zone. This broadcast is in association with 1620 The Zone. We're hanging out on that YouTube channel.
Oh, are we?
Tonight as well. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of people watching it.
No wonder we got Iowa fans.
Down.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I can't see your
Here's,
comments.
Dave
Ooh,
Fight.
can't see it.
A friend of mine sent me a screenshot of a Dave Fight tweet in which he quoted Matt Burnell. Iowa was called for 1 foul in the second half.
It was insane.
The team called for the 4th most fouls in the Big Ten this year.
Insane.
At 1 foul over 20 minutes.
They're admitting it.
Dave Fight said Nebraska. Well, 2 things can be true at the same time. Nebraska had multiple opportunities to take control of the game and couldn't score. 2, it is physically impossible to play 20 minutes of basketball and only commit 1 foul.
2, wait, not mutually exclusive. Who said that before?
Just wanted.
Weird.
I just wanted you to know someone had your back. Thanks, Dave.
Bad play and bad officiating can coexist. They did tonight.
What's the thing, Jack, that's going to haunt you most about this game?
The last 3
6
minutes of the game, or what? I mean, especially 3 minutes. Like, they hit those 2, 3. I mean, there was one of the. I don't remember which one it is. It's a blow. I mean,
8 and 24 might as well be the same.
Number 8. I mean, number
both.
Number 8. I don't know. Still don't know. I will never learn to pronounce his name. I'll pronounce it wrong every day for the rest of my life.
I won't say it.
Cooch, Koch, Kook, Kak. I don't know. Whatever. I'll pronounce it wrong on purpose. I mean, look. I feel like I'm getting some kind of retribution for saying what I did about him. I mean, I still think he's one of the most.
They shot out of their.
He's one of the most awkward basketball players I've ever seen in my life, but yet, I mean, he's Brian Conklin.
Yeah.
He's Brian. I mean, that's what he
stood in the corner.
He's Brian Conklin. Brian Conklin, but worse. But better.
Yeah.
He didn't have a horrible game, I will say. The minutes he put in were okay, but why was Cale Jacobson in for so long in the second half? Price wasn't in foul trouble.
So
every time he had the ball, I was just holding my breath.
So much he had the ball.
I think it was because of what he was doing defensively, would be my guess. Like they kind of liked what was happening there. I mean, he went and got him.
He
4
did.
points,
He did.
like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. It wasn't
early,
horrible,
but
but there
at
were
the
also
end,
times at the end of shot clocks that I'm like, why is Cale?
At the end, Jamarcus and Frager were on the bench, and I was like, get them freaking in.
Yeah.
6 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
I think again, I think a lot of it had to do with sort of where things were defensively there. But I mean, I don't know for sure, and I'm sure that Hoiberg has been asked about this already, and maybe already has comments on it. I mean, also Cale had played so well against Iowa, maybe they thought that he could give him a little bit of a spark with what he's been able to do. I mean, like I said, the thing that's just wild to me is that a lot of those looks Nebraska had that they just couldn't get down from anyone that wasn't Sanford or Frager were good. You know, and Iowa knocked down
made at the end, or not.
Mast had, I don't know how many threes he missed. I would say at least 7 of them were like good looks.
I was going to say,
Hoiberg didn't
you
take
make
a ton,
one
but
of those. You make 2 of those. It's a different. Hoiberg had 2 or 3 wide open threes.
and they weren't close.
Frager missed
That's
a wide
the like he saw immediately he'd take off to the basket because they weren't even close.
it's hard sometime in the second or like in sports to define, like, you know, did the moment get too big or were you just not playing very well? But some of those misses in the second half, it's hard not to just wonder if like everyone's just squeezing just a little
Price
too
had an
hard.
air ball.
Price did. That was terrible. I mean, that was and then he responded. And he
It
knocked
happens.
in.
It happens. But it's
like
you're
there,
right. It just
there
feels
were
like
some
that.
misses in the second half.
Yeah, I think his air ball was he got off the spot that he wanted to shoot on.
It was
Like,
an awkward shot.
So I left the press area within the first 3 minutes of the game and just went and sat in the stands because that's what you do when you.
Did you? I think I saw you guys, by the way. I think I found you.
Him or
Yeah,
us?
it would've-
I got a photo of you and Jack, and like you guys are both jumping around early in the game when things were going well.
And that
I'm
angle,
gonna send it to you, and then now I'm never gonna send it to anybody.
that angle that I had, like especially in the second half, like you had such a great view on so many of Nebraska's
Oh,
threes
God.
where
Yeah. You could see right
just
away,
see.
good or bad.
And with Mast, it was either long or short. And then he started being left. And then with Sanford, he had such a fast release that it's just like, it's incredible how little space he needs.
Unbelievable.
That's what's
plays.
so frustrating about not getting him.
When he's off, you can just tell it's because he did the footwork didn't quite get exactly.
He had one he almost launched when he was not looking at the basket tonight. You remember the one?
We looked at each other. I said he could be blindfolded. I feel like it was
in the corner,
the wing, or sort of
in the wing on the opposite side of where we were sitting. He started the. I mean, he turned around
he started his going up while he was looking the other direction. It was insane.
And they can't blindfold. If they could get him any shots that were open ever, pick the one.
Oh, they ran an incredible play for him to knock down a three at the top of the.
After that timeout, yeah,
that was
awesome.
It was an
8
awesome
minutes left
setup.
in the second half. Yeah,
and that it was like that where it's like, man, Hoiberg has got some stuff.
Why don't any of their picks work? You gotta get him.
Iowa's super disciplined. Iowa played great defense. Nebraska played.
They did.
I mean, Iowa's second half was great.
They didn't win. Rink Mass posted 8 up because he couldn't touch him. They couldn't defend Frager. They couldn't do all this stuff, and he never did it.
The problem with Nebraska's defense was they often were chasing. You could see it sometimes.
I mean, that's what they are. Yeah.
But it was just like, oh no, this pass it's just going to keep moving, and eventually there's going to be somebody
and it sucked because what seemed to kill us the most was 8 and 24 standing in the corners, and they'd whip that thing around.
Just
and
for the whole possession, just sit there.
Hoiberg or whoever was down low just couldn't get out there in time.
Yeah,
they just whip it around quick enough. It was
that's
one play to the other.
Weak point of that defense. I mean, you're daring teams to be good with the basketball. Iowa turned it over 4 times, 5 times.
8 is shooting 80% three for a
9 or 10, I think.
By the way,
the problem was, as it always is, when Nebraska turns it over, the other team scored.
I know it was 10 because
Iowa scored
Craig Hodges thinks he's really hot right now.
Rob points out Sam went 0 for in the tourney from 3. Yeah, I mean that was a guy you could always count on.
3-point shooter. Yeah,
I mean he was always reliable.
A couple
when
you didn't expect it. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a
open
kind of a
ones
sad
too.
question from Royals Girl. What was the crowd like? I mean,
it was hot
at the beginning.
It was great.
Pretty good.
It was great.
I so severely underestimated how many Nebraska people would be
too.
there, and then I don't know if Houston fans had jumped on it too or whatever.
That's the thing. It is hard to get a true grasp.
It was
Houston.
It was at least 5-1.
It was really loud.
I would say
at
least 10-1.
And then Jesus. I mean, I think I told you, but that whole second half when it gets close, I'm like, they're obviously going to take the lead at some point, and I was like, that pop is going to be ridiculous. And when they finally took that lead, was Jesus Christ,
way louder than I.
Oh my gosh! And then
there wasn't that many of them.
It was one section.
It was that.
Well, it's 2 because I was in one where it's half Hawkeyes people,
and then obviously the
one down.
It felt like the Vanderbilt game in some ways because it felt like they kept.
Well, there was a comment, Jack, earlier from D'Lo. 3 times in the first half, Nebraska was up by 10. And they were never able. Now, sometimes they were on defense, and so they're up by 10, and then it's 8.
Yeah.
But I think they for sure had the ball on at least 2 of them. Yeah. Maybe they did have them on 3.
You're up 8 with a minute to go in the first half. And
you texted me at halftime. He goes,
it's that felt disaster.
Yeah, especially the 3. I mean,
I said it to him before. I was like, if they hit this, it's going to be demoralizing.
Yeah.
And then he did. And he goes, I knew that was going in the whole time.
And not only was it bad, but it was the fact that the defense was just so strange on that. Because I thought, Price gets the second foul with 6 and change to go. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. He leaves him in. Fred doesn't usually do that type of stuff. Right. And then he was able to get a few minutes later before he gave him the rest. But that possession, because I think it was Rink that was on him, and he had no fouls or 1 foul at the time. They certainly could have done something there.
So they were trying.
They screwed up the inbound a little bit as well, and then they don't hit the rim, and so it's just everything unfolded in an absolute disaster. So sorry, Shafe.
No, you're good. So they're just trying to keep Sturtz over to one side, then 2 guys go to trap him with 4 seconds left and just leave the shooter wide open. It was a bizarre decision all the way around at the end of that half. And so, you're up 8 with a minute left before halftime. You at least think you're going to get in there at 5. And then they turn around in the second half. They were up 8 again. They were up 6 at times. They're up 5 at times. And then you just have to, unfortunately, begrudgingly give Iowa credit. Well, they made shots. They kept showing up, and they just didn't turn the ball over.
What were they shooting?
I mean, Nebraska just could not get stops where they could bat the ball out and run it out on him.
By the way, Jack, I don't have my phone, so if you were texting me, I'm not going to.
No, I'm not texting you.
Okay,
I'm
I just wanna
texting
make sure.
Caleb. We forgot to put Caleb on.
Oh, well, he can hop in. He can hop in.
It's too late. We missed it.
Okay.
Sorry, Caleb.
Sorry,
I didn't know that.
Another failure.
I didn't realize that was a plan. He can hop in the link. It's there.
Oh, he's gone. It's too late. It's another failure.
Okay.
I mean,
Sorry,
Add it to the damn list.
Be thankful you don't have to talk about it.
Our fifth man was left off the floor.
Yeah.
The other. So here's the
Fitting.
That's exactly right.
God, that is horrible.
I'm gonna text him.
I can't believe that happened.
In the worst possible. I mean, we've
Fred, what is going
talked about
on?
like, that Nebrasketball shoe gonna fall and like that.
That sucks. That's really terrible. So here was the other moment that I chalked live because it actually was going Nebraska's way. Sturts misses a 3. He airballs a 3. Price immediately go down, bangs in a 3. And I was like, okay. And that was tied when he airballed
good.
Because that was going to be like, okay,
that.
here we go.
Yep.
Does that. I can't remember what happened on the next Iowa possession, if it was a turnover or a miss. Nebraska gets it. Price goes down. This was the possession where Sturts knocks him to the ground, and I didn't realize this because Shafe told me later. Sturts immediately turned to the ref like, ooh, and Price gets up.
He's like arguing the call that didn't come because they didn't get called for anything.
Correct.
And then realizes the play is still going. Stanford runs away from him, gets the ball, scores.
And it's 5 points, and I'm like, whoa. Like, this is a moment in time. And it's just wild how, like, now that's going to be this forgotten thing that doesn't mean
True. Yeah,
absolutely
because I don't even know how did that disappear after that.
Because Stanford then's like running down the floor giggling about it. It's like, geez, like that was at the point.
I do remember that feeling like, okay, we're okay.
Because everybody's reaction was, wow, Price, that dude.
Yeah,
is absolutely that dude.
The whole time I was nervous, but I felt again it was the head versus heart thing. My heart was nervous, but my head said, okay, they're going to be there. I mean, they're definitely going to be okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you get that last Super?
That was that's a okay. Jack moved it over to
I
Super.
think Caleb went to bed. I hope he's not mad.
Okay.
Man,
I didn't
what a
worry,
terrible night.
Oh man, this is awful.
Yeah, everything is terrible.
Yeah.
Except for the fact I can't see a thing you're saying, Iowa fan. I can't see a thing, and I never will.
Nice.
So you're saying it into a void. Enjoy.
The other thing,
You know what's not terrible? The community sponsor.
I was just going to say,
Mike,
our great community sponsors. Jack, I know that we've been wanting to do some individual shout outs along the way. Here's one for you. You're feeling sad right now. You're wondering, how am I going to, take the edge off, but also drink responsibly? A place like this.
Man, we have 200. Is that 200? I don't have my glasses on. Is that 250?
254.
Yeah, there's a good number.
Let's talk about those.
Yeah,
Where are we going to drink?
We're going to go to the Still, and that's where we're going to get only the finest
Aaron,
beverages.
A good thing I didn't buy the Victory Bourbon. I still have the Victory Bourbon. I still have both Victory Bourbons at my house.
You got to read the Amy, Justin, Tom Chattel columns from the first win over Troy, Jack.
Those will feel real good to read.
At least you got those. Thank you to the Still, among our many great community partners. They hung out with us for both weeks, Jack, which we very much appreciate, along with all of the other.
Me especially.
I remember going to the Still when I was freshly 21.
Yeah. I miss that from Lincoln so much. I know there's one in the Elkhorn area or whatever.
There's a new one.
Yep, I loved going to the Still with the kegerator. That's where I got my kegs. Like that's where I would go.
Oh,
Shelby and I do a thing on our anniversary where we pick out a bottle of wine for the next year and then drink the one that we picked out the previous.
Oh,
That's so
romantic.
That's romantic as shit.
We would go to
Oh
the
my
Still.
gosh.
I can't tell if that's serious or not.
No, it is.
She's complimenting you.
I think it's.
It makes me miss my wife. Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to
Right
see my wife
here.
tomorrow and my dog.
Sorry.
Anyway, tell us more about the Still, Shafe.
Do you want to buy what for next
outstanding
year when
selection
Nebraska
of
goes to
wine.
the Elite
You
Eight?
go
We get a
through
bottle of wine.
browse, and there's people there that have a ton of knowledge. Like that place is an outstanding way to learn about alcohol or learn about beer or try things.
I'm learning about it.
They
tonight.
get great new products in, and I mean, you can go try stuff there. So I really wanted to shout them out because I miss them so much.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, so valuable to my time.
Hey, I don't. Sutton, Linder, Sutton. Talk about. I mean, they were still did it both.
Yep.
Sutton, Linder, Sutton did it too, and they were offering. They're offering a special Sweet 16% off LASIK promotion.
Whoa.
Yeah, SuttonLinder.com. If you listen, I want LASIK. I'll go there when I get it.
I
definitely will.
I got 20/20 vision.
You know why? Because of these freaking.
Because you can't see. Jack can't see right now.
I just couldn't see it.
Jack also has to carry 2 glasses around all the time.
Yeah, you look like a goober. It's in your hands right now.
I hate it. My dog chews the hell out of these.
Jack doesn't realize that we just got a $50 super. A $49.99 super. Thank you to Husker Rose.
I was trying to see it too.
Is it Husker Sorrow? Maybe that's
Husker Ross No, Husker Husker Rosso.
Guys, thank you so much for the great
Thank
coverage this year. It's been awesome getting to know you all. The
Guys,
show is great. Cannot wait.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for everyone. Like, I'm sorry for every single Husker fan.
Yeah.
That had to go through this tonight, mostly for myself, but for everyone else.
I was going to say, you're obviously number one on your own
like-
list.
like-
You're number one on my list.
Dude, like Tyler.
Actually, Johnny might be now.
Yeah,
To be honest with you.
he hasn't said a word.
I know.
Well, yeah.
Dude,
He
it
was,
was it's
I-
bad.
Yeah.
It is bad. Like, you think I'm
felt
bad?
horrible
He
for
is at a.
Well, I can't check my text right now. There was the group chat was, first of all, some friends are like, I'm never listening to sports talk again. I'm like, hey, that's my industry, please. Support me. Support me. Just
Well-
turn on the radio and listen all day long.
We got a lot of spring football coverage to talk about.
Oh, man, we got the spring game.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah, this is
Saturday
here.
morning coffee show coming your way on
Oh.
Saturday. A spring game preview. But
Speaking of football,
but-
go ahead, finish.
yeah. Multiple texts coming in about the children of the group chat and how they are catatonic. And it's like,
Dude,
wow, remember being 10 and your favorite team losing and you're like, this
Yeah.
is the only thing important to me because I don't have a mortgage or a
It was
family.
1993 Orange Bowl for these kids. Oh,
For Orange Bowl.
God,
Thank you, Jack.
good
I
Lord.
appreciate you were correcting yourself. So why can't I correct you too?
Why can't you correct him too?
Yeah, exactly.
You just,
We were correcting him together, but somehow I'm in the wrong.
well, I didn't do anything. He was correcting himself. It was a self-correction.
My kid sat with Tyler from Sandstone Wealth Management.
Oh, another spotlight.
Babysit your kids, babysit your money.
Boom.
Babysit your kids,
Shout out,
babysit your
Tyler.
money, and do a great job raising both of them, as far as I can.
Tyler rocks. He has multiple kids. I've gone and
He-
spent the
and
weekend
he'll-
with him.
Sounds
Take
like
a
I might be
picture-
spending a weekend with him.
Dude, you're going to love Tyler. I think Tyler is the guy who set me on a path where eventually I'm going to start ordering steaks rare. Because one time I was over
God.
I was over at
You're
his
not there yet?
No, you get rare all the time.
I get medium rare.
Medium rare. I thought medium rare we're adult. Is that bad? You do rare too?
I was
I
just
thought you were-
scratching my head because of
Okay.
Jack's overall reaction.
Okay.
Like I've never
everything is
had
so-
that kind of like
just thought you were
visceral
like a-
reaction.
I
to
just
someone
thought you were like a
thinking-
well.
Just someone's meat temperature.
No, I was
medium rare.
admittedly was worried that it
123.
was going to be a well done.
You seem like you might be a well done.
Okay,
ketchup-
that's the
a
meanest.
ketchup guy.
That's the meanest
Good.
thing you've ever
what?
said to me.
Good.
Meanest
I hope
thing
it
you've ever
feels-
said.
I hope
Ask
it
him
hurt you.
politely but firmly to leave.
I hope it hurt you.
But so anyway, I was at Tyler's.
Remember the text on the plane? Got you.
I was right.
Jack, you
Jack
were right.
out.
Hey, you were right. I was at Tyler's and he
I'm
made a
not.
steak and he pulled it too soon off of the smoker and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, fine." And I was like, "Kind of like this." I mean, it was pretty much
Yeah.
glue inside of it, but I was like, "I might
Don't
die."
be a baby. Yeah.
Shit.
You're from Nebraska.
I can't believe you order steaks rare. I figured you would be a medium guy.
You bitch. Are you kidding me?
Awesome.
I can't
Oh,
believe you said
Oh
that.
my
I
God.
can't believe you.
Everything
Take a step back.
Everything is hell.
Come for therapy, stay for steak fights.
That's Iowa fans.
By the way,
Iowa fans. Oh, I'll tell you, Iowa fans like steaks meat.
something's going on with Illinois because people are commenting about Wagler. Are you guys going to watch any more of the NCAA tournament?
Well,
I think I'm done with college
Baseball season.
basketball.
I
baby.
will watch. If somebody tells me 8 is crying, I'll turn that on when he loses.
Yeah.
For
I have zero desire to watch this region
I-
final. Zero desire.
I love
I
Illinois.
might hate watch
You
Iowa.
know, I've always said I
Just
love Illinois.
demolishing that Iowa team.
If Houston just
They're going to lose by 40.
Which I don't even know if Houston's winning right
I don't
now.
either,
We're
but-
watching the baseball.
Well, people are saying Wagler's doing good stuff, so I'm worried that they're not losing.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, Iowa's done.
Yeah.
They are so done.
I'm done.
We
I
can
guess
turn
I'll
this
watch the
off.
East.
And even if they're not, and you try and talk shit to me afterwards, I won't see it.
Oh, probably won't.
Tina says, "Hell no, back to hockey." Shout out to you, hockey.
Yeah.
Shout out to you,
Go
hockey.
Ducks.
Oh, Michael Severe chimes in. Every steak has to be rare. 115
Dude,
degrees.
this is one.
Jack Mitchell and Michael Severe
Once
come
again-
together.
once
Handshake
again,
meme. You're always like, "Does Michael like me?" And now he's watching our show at 10:18 on a Thursday.
He's watching because I'm here.
Michael loves
That's probably
If
true.
you were to power rank, who would be? You think are you number one or am I number one in
It's
Michael's power ranking of us?
1A,
four?
1B, 7, 8.
Yeah, that's true. A huge gap.
I don't think I would pass you. You have the
don't think
longer
so?
relationship.
Yeah, but
Oh, that mean, yeah, but if you know Josh longer,
think
that doesn't
Shay-
mean
I
you
think
like
he-
him.
Actually,
I think we're-
it's Riley Van Poppel 1. It's
I think he agrees with your opinions more.
I
He
think
agrees
so.
with.
Well, I mean,
So that does that bump him up in the like rankings?
he sent me a very nice text today about something I had said on a podcast. I don't even know when recently about the
Awesome.
split out tight end.
What did you say?
Oh, he's like, we need more conversation about it or something to that.
I've been saying that.
Talk more about the split out
Split out
tight end.
tight end. I've been saying.
Shout out to you.
And
Mike.
we also need more people watching.
I
the NFL
don't even
Combine.
remember how football works.
Well, you better get ready to learn spring game, buddy, because that thing.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. We got a text message from a from a very good friend of the show.
Yeah.
And his name's Ian.
Oh,
And
shout out Ian.
He made a point to tell us that the game went to shit the minute after they showed Matt Rule on the television broadcast.
Interesting.
Does he know the spring games tomorrow?
Interesting. Well, he did go to a concert 2
PJ.
days before they went out to Penn State to lose by 100 last year. So
I saw Danny Busboom Kelly was here too.
Did you see her tweet? My daughter told me about this.
No, was she roasted?
I love Danny Busboom Kelly. Iowa, you're effed, by the way. When Danny
Busboom get her on
Kelly,
you just wait till volleyball season.
Can we get DBK on a couch?
What's she doing
Hangout
right now?
show?
I mean, we've had her on the I-80 Club like 5 times, but like,
Does she want to watch Mariners Guardians? Because I don't.
Was
Rob
she
said
at
it's
the-
not your story to tell. Thank you, Rob. Thanks
Come on,
for
Logan.
the club.
Was she at the?
Jack, while you look at that, why don't I give a shout out to our road crew, which again, sadly, everything is coming to Stibbs.
Oh, it's not. I don't see it. What was my
Shout
daughter
out,
telling me?
shout out to. She responded to Lincoln, wasn't that what it was, Jack?
It was something about getting a beer or something.
Yeah, she left to get a beer. I saw this. Oh, that's what Shafe's doing right now. Our road crew, many great supporters: Lincoln, Matt, Corey, Alex, Cina, Gerren, Mark, Bret, Reese, Erik, Jordan, Bruce, Lindsay, Joe,
Oh my gosh.
Connor, and One-Eyed Eddie's Sports Bar in Greeley. Seriously, we appreciate you. You
Yeah.
bought $100 hoodies for 100-degree heat wave. You bought $50 T-shirts, which now is just going to be kind of sad. You bought coffee mugs. You were among the many folks that helped us get to Houston. Who helped us get to Oklahoma City. We could not thank you.
God, I want
enough.
this to be the best night ever so much, and I wanted you guys to be here and with us and go till 2 a.m. and then just switch over to our morning shows. And
We were going to watch Hell or High Water at 2 a.m. I mean, now, but we have to.
Hell or High Water.
Yeah, but now we have to watch this stupid baseball
We
game.
can turn it off. The Mariners are losing all of a sudden.
You want to watch Hell or High Water after the podcast, Shave?
You
Probably
don't
going to
need to
bed,
watch
too.
it anymore.
No, I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah.
try to join them from the airport tomorrow.
Oh, are
for
you?
that segment, yeah.
That's
That'll be good.
Yeah. It was my pick. Like, I really want to join them.
And you've watched half of it?
Watch half of it.
Is this a
That
TV
sucks.
show?
I hate it.
What
No,
are
it's
we
a
talking
movie. It's a
about?
movie club.
It's a great
At the
movie.
same time as the segment?
Do you
We
want?
will
You
record.
want to talk about the Iowa game,
It'll
Jack?
be live. Record it. Record it. I'm going to try to record. Because I don't want. Do not put it on the internet that I am running. First of all, it's wild how I now have become Nebraska basketball honk. I have been accused
Very
of
funny.
this.
That is actually
I'm just
pretty funny.
doing journalism. Somebody said, I bet
no,
you were wearing your red tonight. No, I had a button up on.
Yeah, he
I was-
wearing Cowboy
Josh is,
blue again.
Josh is so happy Nebraska lost. He's immediately leaving Houston.
Dude.
That's- He had a flight booked before I even talked to him to get out of here.
I
was
surprised
so
that was
confused by
first
your
thought,
text.
Really?
I just wanted to get the hell out of here.
Well, no, not that. I
Oh.
understand that, but
What's
that you would assume that people would think that you didn't want to discuss the game
I just don't
so
want.
much that you. I would never have considered that.
Well, some people think that you're afraid to face the music. Meanwhile, we're podcasting about this dumb game right
you
now.
guys know this. There's a lot of morons out there. You
There
can
are a
just
lot of
characterize it as a moron.
They're on my
and move
mentions
on.
right now.
Oh my gosh, dude! Stibbs' mentions are a freaking
That tweet was worth.
I had someone try to troll me about the crown, and my response was, "I'm glad that you care about the crown this year. Have a good
Care a
time."
lot more than I do.
Kina writes, "Doing journalism feels like something a gemstone would say." It's kind of true. We just gave
Kelvin, definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Just gave some shout outs to our road crew members. Let's give some shout outs as well to some other folks that helped us get here. Our community partners, Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology, AllSweep, Andrews Monument, Capital Dental, Husker Power Products, Katie McDonald Realty, Look Architectural Coatings, gave us the great signage last week. I got to figure out what to do with that, by the way. Sandstone Wealth Management, The Still, we just talked about them, Sutton, Linder, and Sutton, 1620 The Zone. This broadcast is in association with my company, 1620 The Zone. Also, our voicemail sponsor, we'll probably get to those pretty soon, Nebraska Pulmonary Specialties, another one of our great community partners. And, of course, the biggest reason that we decided to make this trip, once we got the go from the Nebraska Alumni Association, we booked everything, and now we're trying to leave as soon as possible.
I got to meet so many people. So Ryan Herlichka, AllSweep. My dad Tom started the business in 1988. I helped him growing up, and I've taken over running the business, but he's still involved, and it's great working together. We do parking lot, street sweeping, also lawn service. Property managers, give Ryan or Tom a call or email. Happy to do a free estimate. I think they're in Waverly, but they do the Omaha, Lincoln, Fremont areas as well. And this was one of about, and I'm sorry if I'm not going to give everyone a shout out, but like I had so many people reach out and be like, "Hey, you know, what would it take to be able to bring your son up there? Because I wasn't going to at first, and then we sold the hell out of this thing, and then I was able to. And we're still gonna spend too much money on this whole thing. Part because I'm getting a ocean house tomorrow, but in any case,
club funds.
No, sorry. Well, I mean, if that's possible, yes, but I wasn't planning on that. But like the amount, like I don't want to get too sentimental here, but like you guys know, you were there this last weekend with us. Like people coming up to us, like we had.
It was awesome.
Just like.
Yeah, I met multiple club members today.
Man, it's great. There were so many more than I ever dreamed in the voicemails. We're gonna play some voicemails here pretty soon.
Yeah.
We should do that because we're not saying anything worth of crap right now. But like, I don't know.
I got something for you, Jack.
Like, I was just gonna say, like, I'm so sick about the result. It's the worst than I could have ever dreamed. It's It's terrible. I knew if they lost, it would be terrible. It is. It's worse than I could have ever expected. It sucks that it is going to shine over what happened last weekend. I hope it doesn't for me.
Only for a little bit.
I know that I don't know if it will. I mean, it might not for you, but it will for me because guess where I'm going next weekend for Easter? I'm going to Iowa next weekend.
Oh, they're gonna say Indianapolis. I was like, whoa, you already booked it?
Yeah.
We're going to the Final Four.
Oh, look at that.
Luke Raley, baby.
Jack,
Never heard of him.
It was you, right? That you
around for a while.
I feel bad. I think it was Shafe. But we sat down. I think it was when we sat down for like the 3 minutes we sat together up in the press box. It was a great few minutes.
I'll never forget it.
And Schaefer goes, was it you who said it 2 years ago? Did you ever think you'd be here? Or 4 years ago? Was that you? And
I said a year ago.
That's what it was. He was like 1 year ago. Did you ever think? Because I was just like the Sweet 16.
Yeah, that's what you said. You're like the Sweet 16. I was like, a year ago, did you think that that 1620 would send you out to Houston to cover a Nebraska basketball Sweet 16 game?
Yeah.
You'd be like, why would 1620 send me out?
All right, yeah. So we'll keep some of the fun conversations to the side. But we also, Jack, like, I can't believe that we did this. I think about it. 2 years ago, Nebraska made the NCAA tournament. We had zero conversations about trying to go. We had zero conversations about anything. We didn't have a YouTube page that we used except for really old, weird podcasts, that are still in the archives.
Jack Mitchell podcast?
Yeah, with shitty cameras.
They're not weird.
It's a very strange universe, our earliest
Genuinely,
episode.
some of his best work.
Go back and watch
Definitely.
some of those. And now here we are at the second weekend, getting a house for the second weekend, having a blast. Well, we were
going to go to Indianapolis.
We were going to go to Indianapolis.
Oh, God, we had a meeting.
Did you meet with them?
No, it was scheduled for tomorrow if they won.
I was so excited.
We're going to go. I'll shout them out since they acted like they were going to do it. So we were going to meet with Landjet about
driving out there,
about taking us in a luxury van and doing content.
Things look so cool.
I can't believe we did this. It's awesome. And now we're losing people because they're like, I don't really
shout out
Mike, your sad, sappy stuff. But thanks everybody for supporting us. Jack, should we get to some voicemails? Because obviously, I mean, I don't really know if we have anything else left to say.
No, I mean, we're not saying anything worth of crap.
Ass.
I just appreciate everybody. All I want to say is I appreciate everybody. Like,
couldn't agree more.
Same. And you guys.
I can't believe you like it this much. I literally can't. It's so fun to do. So it's weird that people like it that much.
And hey, Nebraska Realty Wahoo, obviously they joined us for the ride for the Nebraska Ball Hour all season.
Kurt has been texting
all year long. Rather, he joined us for the Michigan State game, which was like the perfect game to really kick things off because it was when it seemed like, oh my gosh, this team is going to be something special. Sure enough, they ended up being something special. So we appreciate Kurt and the entire team there at Nebraska Realty Wahoo. Jack, how many voicemails do we have to play on tonight's
More
episode?
than you would think.
The Discord server is doubting us. They're saying you're never going to get to the voicemails. You're never
Royals
going
Girl's
to get
not happy
to
with
the
us.
voicemails.
Wow, they really want that, huh?
What
time?
We want to cry.
Really
we
sick
want
of
to
hearing
cry.
about
I'm going
it.
to take this opportunity to thank everyone that has listened to Unemployed during our
Dude, I love
first
Unemployed.
run here, and all the Nebraska basketball content. That does not come to an end just because the season has. I am planning on talking about Nebraska basketball on Tuesdays, at least through April, because there is the next run.
Portal.
You got the portal.
We're coming to Iowa. We're
all
coming.
that stuff.
Your coach is leaving. You're screwed. Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm fine now.
So I just want to thank everybody for supporting. I want to thank these guys for letting me be a part of it. Like I said, I met multiple people today that are I-80 club members. I had multiple I-80 club members shoot because I mentioned that I was up in the press area and was like, yeah, I don't know how well I'm going to do with that. And people just got on the Discord and shot me messages. They're like, "Hey, there's spots over by me. There's spots over by us."
Insane.
And this community that you guys have formed is so fantastic. It's been terrific to have somewhere to go after no longer having Husker 24/7 was that spot for me for 14 years. And so I just want to say how much I appreciate and enjoy the interactions that I've been able to have over really just the last few months. And a lot of it has been centered around this basketball team.
It has.
It's been a special.
I can't believe that this has become like
fun ride. And I totally get like this absolutely sucks. But if it passes for those that it will pass for,
definitely worse than losing.
You're going to look back on it and it's going to be such an incredible run. And there's going to be so many fun conversations and memories to have. And 10 years down the line, we're just naming random dudes. And someone's going to point out Bear K had a fucking triple-double in a basketball game.
Price is going to absolutely murder.
Price is not going to be a random
dude. Yeah, because he'll be in the NBA still.
Yeah, Price is not going to be a random dude, but, someone's going to mention Jared Garcia's critical rebound in the Illinois game.
Jared Garcia.
Hale Jacobson at the end of the Iowa game.
Leo Curtis'
the other Iowa game.
random appearance against
Michigan.
Vanderbilt. That was
had a dunk.
Of course,
You were so jacked.
I was, my guy. And no matter how this went, what happened in Oklahoma City was unbelievable.
It was awesome.
Totally unbelievable.
Yeah,
so, again, I just wanted to tell everybody, whether you're listening to this for the first time, whether you've been here the whole time, I appreciate the support that you offer these guys, the support you offer me, the support you offer Stibbs, anybody involved, Caleb, anybody involved in this whole thing. It is a tremendous operation, and, none of it exists without you. So I just wanted to say that. I'm gonna disappear now.
Or are you going to bed?
You guys enjoy yours.
What was
That seemed like a goodbye.
What's your besides BC rating Dave Hoppin number 4?
Incredible.
Before basketball season ends, I want to hear your unemployed highlight list for the basketball season.
I've
listened. I think I've hit most of them. The Pat Norris interview, the Kent interview, the Lincoln interview was awesome.
The single best one, because if you go back and you listen to it, we absolutely nailed everything that it was, except Jack Mitchell did not die in the moment.
Oh,
Chris Bassnett and I set the scene of what Oklahoma City would look like.
Oh, it's such
on like the I don't know, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is when I recorded that with him. That was January. Nebraska hadn't lost yet. And we were talking about Oklahoma City, and we told you exactly what it would look like and feel like and the emotions of it.
It was better.
We talked about how Nebraska was going to win that game by 20 points, and it was just going to be you and your friends standing there waiting for that clock to count down for that moment. That's what you're going to remember this season.
Yeah, you will.
That was fucking awesome. So if nothing else, take that away tonight, bottle it up, go back to it when you need it. Nebraska basketball, when it comes back, it's going to be a fun ride again. It won't be this ride. It's going to be a different ride. That's what sports are. It's never the same thing year over year over year. But what this year is absolutely unforgettable.
Basnet, call us. I want you on a show next year for basketball season.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do it.
Shafe, it was great having you.
Thanks again, guys.
Enjoy your sleep. Enjoy taking out your hearing aids.
Love you, Shafe.
It's like the best part for
the one thing
perk.
that you can mute the
for
world.
bed.
Huh?
You don't hear those trains in the middle of the night.
Loud.
Dude.
It's 20 minutes.
Still loud last night.
Yeah.
All right.
When we talk about Josh's voice projecting,
He's a loud dude.
the sound carries upstairs.
Especially in this house.
It's kind of shrill sometimes.
I've never thought shrill. All right. See
I
ya.
have. By Shafe. All right, that's Mike Schaefer joining us here on the pod. Jack, I'll read this comment. Also, I think we're going to have one thing real quick to play before the voicemail, so apologies. And Shafe's probably going to be bummed that he missed it, but, he did.
I'll send it to him, maybe.
J. Brum says, gents, tapping for the evening. And you're probably not in the right headspace for this, but thank you for all the coverage you created this season. I loved being able to fire up the show after the games and celebrate this season. It became a family tradition to pull up the YouTube.
That's my buddy Jamie.
Oh, awesome. And listen to you jokers bask in the glow of the season. Much love. Which led to this from Fight. Passions of the ID Club. 1 Nebrasketball, 2 volleyball, 3 potato salad. Don't ask. 4 DJ sets, 5 football. Yeah,
Hey,
that's the thing. If you would have told me a few years ago, this thing would turn into a Nebraska and basketball volleyball forward podcast, I never would have understood what the hell happened.
I'm going to sit on the floor.
All right, perfect. Okay, we're going to kick off. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch your hand there, Jack, with my feet.
You can hold hands.
All right, so here's how we're going to kick things off with the pods or with the voicemails. We're not going to play a voicemail. We're going to play something that a bunch of people continue to tell us that we need to play. We're going to click play. You're going to find out. I haven't heard this
You're
yet.
not emotional enough now. I have a feeling this. will
What
get
is
you there
this?
Yeah, let's find out what this is.
I think if I've learned anything not as a broadcaster, but as a human being and lasting a while at doing that. It's that you can, life dishes you lots of different things, and it's not a matter of, what's the old adage? A zero-sum game. Life is not a zero-sum game. You don't lose. When you lose, you don't lose everything. You lost this game in the last game of the season, and you're sad. So you can be sad, and the sadness is going to turn to nostalgia, and nostalgia is going to turn into warm memories of joy. And so that's what I want to leave everybody with at the end of our broadcast season here as we say so long from Houston. And I just want to thank everybody so much for the outpouring of their enjoying our broadcast. That's been an amazing experience the last couple of weeks for me, and I know you too.
It's been a joy working with you.
I got to tell you, we just clicked right away. I knew we would, and I guess we're going to close it out here. So that's it for the year. I'm Kent Pavelka, along with Coach Schmidt, Josh Hilkeman, star of our show, back at the studio, and our executive producer, Russ Brown. Thank you very much for listening. And that's it. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Obviously, Kent Pavelka, as the broadcast comes to a close. Never heard the words put like that, where, I don't remember what he said before nostalgia, but the hurt of this will then eventually turn into nostalgia. And, I mean, gosh, it's obviously spot on, obviously spot on.
It's going to take a while for me.
Yeah. All right, should we get to some voicemails and cry even more, Jack?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
You have the
Open it up, and I'll do it on my.
All right, perfect. All right, so we got some voicemails. You know what? I guess we could just turn Schaefer's mic back on, and we could just play.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
So
I
I
can
right out of there.
I can play.
So then you don't have to play. it.
So let's see if we start them at 8:28. Is the game over by then?
That sounds about right. Yep.
All right,
Alright.
let's and yeah,
402-819-8030. 402-819-8030. All right, we're going to play some voicemails. The voicemail line this weekend, we thought it was going to be, wow, Jack, can you imagine what the voicemail line could have been like tonight? But it is brought to you by Nebraska Pulmonary Specialties. I'm sorry. A great community partner and the voicemail sponsor. They reached out to us in the midpoint of this week.
Dude.
Incredibly generous. We are incredibly appreciative of them for hanging out with us, and we are very sad that there won't get to be more voicemails than what we'll end up playing tonight. Next year.
Cool. I thought that was going to be so badass. I just started.
Nailed it.
I don't know.
Hit the,
it's connected.
no, it's right.
to
You
my-
just have to hit the speaker thing.
Hey, look, the Yacht Rock station. I was listening to that earlier.
I bet.
All right.
Uh,
Thank you, Stips.
828.
All right. Here we go. Let's try this again.
it might be connected to like a Bluetooth.
No, I think it's just the speakers.
Those are very good speakers.
What's up, guys? This is Patrick up in Yankton, South Dakota. Tough way to end the season. It was a heck of a ride, guys. But, man, fuck Iowa.
That's old.
Oh, awesome. What a great voicemail.
Man, seriously.
We didn't set a
I have
number.
the softball team murders them whenever they play them.
Schaefer was
Jordy, get him. Get him, Jordy.
Schaefer was like McMaster today. He dropped the most F-bombs. Now, it wasn't 17 like Matt dropped on Saturday
That'll
night,
never
but,
be beat.
no, well, certainly not. Certainly not. Are you screening the voicemails there?
Yeah, this
Skip?
one's gonna be good though.
All right, here we go.
Oh, that's good.
Very sad.
Oh.
Hey, Jack and Josh and Caleb and Shafe and Stibbs and whoever else is there. And Johnny. This is Cina, and I'm devastated. But I wanted to call in. I wasn't going to call in when we lost, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. Because this has been one of the most incredible weeks and seasons of my Husker fandom. And even though it's over and even though it ended in one of the most gut-wrenchingly terrible ways that it possibly could have, I'm just so happy that we had this season. I'm so happy that we got to share it with the club, and we got to share it with y'all. And I don't know why I just said y'all, I guess, because it's in Houston,
I thought that.
even though I'm in Nebraska. Either way, I'm still so proud and so happy and so not content yet, because I'm still
No.
Wait. It could have been because your phone just
Oh, thank God.
black and that didn't feel like 3 minutes.
I was
No,
gonna
we're
say.
good,
All right,
we're
so
good.
make sure now just to
Like
check, it's only 141.
Just touch the screen or something.
In my heart of hearts,
Hold on.
because I'm still really mad and sad with how this game ended. But, happy in my heart of hearts for the season that we've had and for this last week and for making the Sweet 16 and for all of Husker Nation for sharing it. So I just wanted to call in and express my thankfulness for everyone and to share in the collective sadness that is tonight and know that at least we get to share it with each other and at least we're not Iowa fans. So we still got that going for us,
They're the worst.
which is nice. All right. Go Big Red always.
Cina, she
Rock Cina.
was perhaps the MVP of last week when she read Jack's tweets or tweet.
I had a couple. I had a
very
couple
funny.
about like that tonight.
Yeah.
Not as many.
Yeah.
I had a few.
Always great to hear from Cina. One of our
Sturts freaking kicked the ball down the court like a soccer player, and they didn't call it. Unbelievable.
great call
Hey,
from
Ronaldo.
Great call from Cina. I look forward to the next time that we get to see you in person. What a fun person.
Yeah, I've never met Kina. I'd love to.
She is awesome.
Freaking
Tibbs can come
hilarious.
to the next meeting.
Yeah, there you go.
Johnny, gentlemen, basketball, my night of the game, about 10 minutes after the game ended. Listen, great year, fabulous year, but now we have to talk like adults about this. And we know what we're going to have to put up with from across the river. It's okay. I hope this hurts, and I hope the guys that can stay want to stay and fix this or build on this, because it was a fabulous year out of nowhere. But here's the thing we got to worry about. Kansas opens, and Iowa State opens, and Carolina opens. Here's the real elephant in the room. I pray that Fred Hoiberg and $8 million was enough to keep him in Lincoln. I'm not sure about that. And hopefully somebody's got some insight, because I really don't want to hear what I think I could hear in about a month or less. Talk to you soon. Great year, fabulous year. I want to build on this. I really do. But I'm not going to run from what's staring us in the face. We'll talk to you soon.
Jack,
I'd
is
stop
Fred
if Fred
Hoiberg
goes anywhere.
Is
Man,
Fred Hoiberg leaving?
I worry about a lot of stuff. I'm not worried about.
I'm not either. I don't know anything, but I'd be stunned.
Mike, I don't think you have to worry about that.
You have a lot to be sad about. or
I'm
worry
not worried
That's
about
not
that.
one of them.
You know,
Sorry, Stibbs.
It's
before
only
you
the
get to
third time you've done
man,
that.
Damn it. I thought it was just my second.
I'm sad Johnny's so upset. Like,
I wish he was here.
fan.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't be here if I
Tell
was
him to
here.
come over. We got an extra headset.
I don't think
John
he wants to.
John writes, Unreal Season. This is a super shout out, John. Unreal Season. So hard in the moment, but it's been an amazing ride. Can't express how much I appreciate all you guys have done. Thank you, boys. Thank you, John. Thanks to everyone who's joining us right now. This is the I-80 Club. Maybe you're stumbling upon this on the 1620 The Zone YouTube channel. We would love to have you like and subscribe to whether it's The Zone, certainly the I-80 Club. You can go to patreon.com/I-80 Club. We do bonus episodes. We have access to a Discord server. We've been doing this for a few years, and this is easily the biggest thing that we have ever done. I remember last year when we were like, let's do a narrative podcast series, and now we decided to go to Oklahoma City and Houston in back-to-back weeks, and Stibbs joined us for both of them. And the first one wasn't even planned. He just decided to come down because we were having so much fun. And thought the fun was going to go on a couple days longer. We had great plans for tomorrow. I mean, we didn't have them locked down yet, but we were going to go somewhere really, really not we're going to go to a steakhouse and get rare steaks, but we were going to go somewhere and have an absolute freaking blast. Yeah. And now I'm going home, and you're going to have a blast. You're going to get to meet Tyler.
I'm going to hang out.
Going to get to meet
I'm
Tyler.
excited.
So we appreciate everyone for joining us. Jack is texting right now, and we'll get back to the voicemails.
My
It's okay.
15-year-old daughter who loves
she
to
doing?
go to bed early. She's fine.
Okay, that's
She's
good.
interested in what we're going to do next. But I was just trying to see if my son had.
Yeah.
I texted him.
Did he respond?
No, I don't know, but I just said the people want you. We'll see. I don't want to make him feel bad, because if I were him, I wouldn't want to do this. But
Yeah.
He was devastated.
I felt horrible.
There's something about being a kid, and he's an adult now.
21, but
yeah,
yeah.
but
I feel like I'm a kid. I'm 37.
this is, one of the things, like a through line of talking with Johnny before we get to the next voicemail, through line of talking to Johnny is like how little good he has ever had with Nebraska sports. And so I don't want to say that this is the most heartbreaking loss, though it obviously is for him, I'm guessing. But he hasn't had a lot of good teams to root for. He hasn't had a lot of good teams. He hasn't had like the heartbreak, Jack, that you had as a kid of like, oh, no, they didn't get over the hump. And so for them, obviously, not to miss out on an Elite Eight, but to do so at the hands of the Iowa Hawkeyes is, of course, very, very hard. Very, very hard. All right.
Well, I got the net. I think
I got this right here.
Oh,
Yeah, we got the extra one.
Yeah.
All right, here is the next voicemail that we have from somebody, as Tibbs making sure it's not an Iowa fan. How many Iowa fan trolls are there in there?
Why would an Iowa? How does an Iowa fan even know our phone number?
Because a lot of them listen to me.
Do you say our phone number on your show?
I tweeted it multiple times before the show. 402-819-8030.
I know that. I know.
All right, here we go.
Still don't get it.
Well, Jack, what you didn't ask that I'd go after a loss, and I understand that. This is a high seizure, by the way.
Oh,
Josh's mom, friends with my mom.
there we go.
Just wanted to say, has there ever been a team in the Sweet 16 that has had one foul in the second half? I know you guys are going to talk about it. I know it's a thing. I don't understand it. All year.
Thank you.
I don't understand how Bryce is not getting more calls off the ball. I don't understand. They hold him. I'm upset.
Dude, I feel it.
I just want to know if there's ever been a team that has ever had one foul in the second half of a Sweet 16 game.
Crazy. 20 minutes of basketball.
It's incredible. I mean,
Bad voicemail. Please don't play this.
I guess he did. I think he said that in his super earlier.
Don't play my.
I think. Let me go.
Oh,
find
sorry.
It. Yeah. Ignore my voicemails. LOL. Are there more?
No, man. I'm glad. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
It fills me up.
There's one. There's the one after this one will be him again. I'm gonna play it. So.
Okay. Perfect. All right.
All right. Here's Aaron and Lincoln.
Hey guys, this is Aaron in Lincoln.
See,
It took a little bit of time to wallow in the continued suffering that we seem to experience at various degrees with sports here in Nebraska, but
it's a whole new call.
still such a really successful season that it's hard not to at least feel optimistic about the future, and disappointed that we won't get to see this group play together again. So bummed out, especially losing to Iowa, who fills me with infinite rage. But maybe we'll get them again the next time. I'm out for blood, and I hope that they can reload and go on some other type of run. But such a fun and magical season. Just a bummer that it had to end this way. So thanks again for all your guys' coverage, and have a safe trip back when you head up here. Thanks.
Hey, now that
Tomorrow.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah. Now that Mike's asleep, his point last night was even worse. Again,
You know what's funny?
Third time.
I agree with you.
It's so
bad.
It's such a bad point. And this guy has good takes 98% of the time, but his take was so terrible.
It was
last night.
terrible.
I can't. I would be irresponsible if I didn't point that out.
You're being a good friend by telling him his opinion.
I think so too. Like you're good for. Yeah. Look. Like.
Shout out to Jack. We should be giving Jack credit for being a good friend.
Yeah.
I've given Jack credit ever since I've been with him on this weekend.
Wow,
That
that
was
was
the
the first time.
You're mixing it with other things, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's what friends do. Are we
Yeah,
friends?
it's called busting balls, Jack.
Yeah. Listen. Yeah. I'm just.
You never made fun of
I'm
a friend?
returning the love I'm getting from
You and Michael always bust balls.
I'm ready. I'm returning the love I'm getting from you two and my kids. A critical love.
Yeah.
And you guys have shown me how to do that with others.
By the way, before we get to the next voicemail, there are
That's
8
fast.
minutes. Is this true? Are there 8 minutes to go in the game, and Illinois is up 46-35?
35?
What the hell?
That can't be right.
That is just
Also, Mike was going on and on about how Houston's the greatest team in history.
Yeah, he was.
He said a lot of wrong things last night.
All right, here's
He'll
here's
never
call
hear
number
this.
2 from.
Don't tell him I said
Is
it.
this Heesier?
Oops. Yeah. Or whoever was 2 calls ago.
Well, I'm doing what you're not supposed to do. Call him twice. I didn't like my first voicemail.
Too bad.
Jack, that groin kick. It's something I felt the minute Iowa beat Florida.
Yeah.
I could feel it just coming. One of those things where you just know the end is coming, so you want it to be by the higher seed.
Yep.
Couple thoughts I have. Iowa, it just seemed like it was going to happen. The minute that they beat Florida, it was going to happen. So I just instantly had this feeling in my groin that the kick was coming.
I could feel it in my balls.
And it happened.
The plums. He's right.
It's amazing.
They were pre-hurt.
I don't want people to
He was down bad.
I want people to understand how good this Nebraska team was. And it's going to be so easy for everyone to forget.
It's a good call.
Not long term, they're going to see record, blah, blah. I just mean in the next couple of years.
I agree with that.
In 2 years, if the record's not great, they're going to want Fred to gone. And no one should want Fred gone ever.
This is a
That's
great
how it
call.
should be. Fred has the
lifetime.
He's got the Tom Osborne
contract
status
like
right
Greg
now.
McDermott. It is forever. As long as you want to be here, you're here. And I need people to understand that. Like, it is the one thing. Nebraska's not pulling in people. At halftime, that would have been a 10-mile score. People need to understand that. I'm leaving some long voicemails. I don't love this one.
I liked it.
One
I liked it
before.
more
I
than
still
you
don't
did.
love them. I'm so
Third
frustrated
time's
right now.
Who is this? Did you say his name?
Shout out to Josh,
It's your
Tim, Chris, great family.
This is Josiah.
Oh, it's dude. Text
At
him.
one point, I was ready to pop champagne, get the big screen out in the backyard,
Yep.
and now I'm sitting here just wondering what life is.
Jeez,
But
that was really loud.
it sucks.
Shave.
Yeah, sorry, she's deaf.
Mostly because it's Iowa. This is a long voicemail. You guys probably won't even play this.
No.
Sure did. No, we
You
did
don't
it.
play the last one I left too.
They were both great. Text it. If you have his phone number, text
I
it.
don't, but I'm going to text my parents.
Hey, you
Thanks,
guys-
thanks, Josiah.
You must be great friends with your family.
He is. I don't have his number.
Okay.
Their family. He's like Johnny's age or something.
I don't know. I can't tell from his voice.
Uh,
That's even better.
Couple
He's
supers.
great.
Couple supers.
Josiah.
John writes, "What's the groin kick score on this one? Too soon?
Man.
Number one. No, easily number one." Chance writes, "I too get feeling." Oh wait, I got to put that on the screen. And then Chance writes, "I too get feelings in my groin." Stibbs, last time you had a feeling in your groin?
The last time I had one was that TSA agent at Epley. Holy shit. With the back of his hand. That made it so much different.
Matt says you can tell.
Right? I love how they do that. I won't grab it. I guess.
Oh, that's very different
I'll
if
just
you do this.
backhand your
instead of-
balls.
It is weird. It's like, I mean, you're
could
not
have-
grabbing, but you're still touching.
Touch it.
Did I tell the story last night or not? They
No, I don't
showed
think
my
so.
body outline and they were like, we saw something here, and it's the front and the back. And they're like, so these are the two areas we really need to dig deep into. And he's like, what I'm gonna do is put on a glove, and then I'm gonna use the back of my hand. Do you want a privacy screen? And I'm like, no, I want everyone to see this, of course.
Look at this,
And-
everybody.
and he
It's so
just,
big that they needed to.
right up there. I was like, I don't know what I set off. I
Did you
mean,
text Megan?
it's obviously amazing down there, but I have no idea how
Sir, we've never seen anything so huge. We had to find out. We thought it was an explosive. Here, text your daughter back because I'm gonna tell a story.
Oh, Jesus.
I can't. She's wondering how long it's
That was
gonna
a
be.
terrible non sequitur.
I don't think I mentioned on a show either that my
Wait, what did you do to Jack's balls?
I am his new wife. My bag got pulled to the side. The security was super easy. I'd have been through it in 3 minutes if they wouldn't have pulled my bag, got flagged.
Yeah.
And it was.
I
And it
hate
took
when that
forever.
happens because there's
And-
nothing in there.
And so I had a
Gibbs doesn't have a bomb.
I had a carry-on and a personal bag without a backpack.
Yeah.
My backpack had like multiple audio devices that easily could have looked like a bomb.
Good reminder. I got
That's okay.
grab
I
it
don't
right
need it
now.
now.
Okay.
I
don't wanna forget.
keys.
Multiple audio devices, multiple a lot of things that could easily be like flagged for like this looks like a weird thing that most people don't bring on a plane. But no, it was my other bag that got flagged,
Which had
which had baby wipes in it. It was before he even opened it up, he could tell by the look. He goes, "I bet it's those wipes. We just have to check. It flags it for some reason." I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
You carry baby wipes to
They're
wipe?
they're not baby wipes, but they're ass wipes. They're wet wipes.
Oh, you're wiping. Your
I'm used to a bidet, guys. When I don't have my bidet,
Oh,
I have my bidet. I need
to
Tina
Italy.
says, "What are you guys bringing to the airport?" And Bruce says, "Sir, are you hiding a snake in those trousers?"
Dude,
all right.
I went to Italy. I didn't use the bidet once.
You guys are idiots.
Uh,
You said the same thing.
I didn't want that.
Before we get back to our voicemails,
None of that smoke.
let us say a large thank you to those who have supported us along the way, including the title sponsor. I love that this is following.
Speaking of a clean ass.
Don't say that, Stibbs. But thank you to those who helped get us here, including our title sponsors, the Nebraska Alumni Association. They are the reason that we were able to do the ID Club Roadshow Dancing with the Skurs Houston edition, the saddest edition so far of Dancing with the Skurs.
Yes.
But seriously, I'm
enjoying myself.
They've been awesome. You guys were able to hang out at their spot today. I missed it. We were there last week together. That was absolutely
with them
incredible.
Directly a ton, and not there was any doubt already, but if you're an alum, think about becoming a member, right?
Who was it that I talked to? What are the girls? Is it Nicole?
Yes, Nicole.
Yep. Nicole. I ran into her. Well,
she helped us fix the sign up at Social Capital.
She did.
You
That
guys
was
remember
awesome.
Social Capital?
I do.
A different time, Jack. When we were happy.
A different happy time.
When we were like, wow, a loss to Florida won't be that bad. Oh, well. All right. Should we get to another voicemail?
Yeah.
Whoops.
I got you.
Just did.
All right.
I don't know which one.
All right. Let's
I know
get
where
to
I'm at.
another voicemail, 402-819-8030. Are we going to be able to play them all tonight, Jack? Do we need to save some of these?
We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left.
Okay.
7 left.
It seemed
including
like
this one.
It seemed like Jack had to leave, so just wanted to.
No, I just told my.
Hey, I-80 Club. It's your good friend Chance again. Holy shit! What the fuck? Really? That was rough to watch. Not gonna lie. I guess the bright side is all those players will be dead someday, and so will we. Go Big Red. Get home safe.
It's not the worst.
Cheers.
Jack, have you ever thought about it from that perspective?
No, yeah, well,
I'm going to do that next time the Cowboys lose in the playoffs. Well, that team, they're going to be dead someday.
And so will you.
Yeah, it's no different.
Sweet release.
They don't get
Chance, if I were to rank the funniest people I know,
he's up there.
Chance is.
I've never met him. I talked to him on your chat.
Chance rocks, man. You need to. You need
like
to
shout out.
I followed him on
Got great hair too. Now he's got a ponytail.
Oh yeah, he's got good hair.
He took my old bookcase. Shout out to books. We love books.
Josh has got some reading time now that basketball is over.
Yeah, look, you get to read more on the airplane
Read
tomorrow.
like a
Congratulations.
Sad though. I wanted to not do that. I wanted
Sure
to go
you
to
did, you
Indy.
dork.
The book that I'm reading right now sucks ass. Chance would like it. It starts with the
Quit
Twin Towers
reading
randomly
it.
showing up in
Oh,
the
yeah, we talked
Badlands.
about that.
Quit
Terrible.
That sounds so dumb. I mean, quit reading it.
Quit
I have 50 pages left. I'm not going to DNF.
No,
Jack.
make a point.
I'm not
Stand
gonna
up
DNF.
for yourself.
I'm not
for
going to
once.
DNF.
Good Lord.
10 feet, 10 toes down. I'm going to finish.
All right, what do we got? Go ahead.
All right.
Hey, Jack, this is Jason. I just want to thank you guys for everything you covered this year. Man, it's been fucking incredible. And I'm so excited for next year and to do this again. And fuck Iowa, but this year has been so much more than that. And nothing that those heads did will take away from how great
Hell yeah.
I love this.
everything was this year.
Hell yeah.
Better.
And I know you're despondent, and I know that you are ready to punch a hole in the wall in your Airbnb. But remember, you have a
Another one.
deposit, and
Punch that.
remember that next year we're going to be able to do this again, and it's going to be
In Omaha.
just as amazing next year as it was this year.
What they're
So,
doing.
go Big Red.
Love that guy.
Will the
Jason.
chance of the super? Oh hell yeah, brother! Thank you, Chance. Are we, Jack? Like, what will doing? Oh, is he going to come by?
He's asking.
All right.
It's up to you guys. I'm going to be up, so it's up to you guys.
I mean, we have a few voicemails to go.
Should I let my son walk?
That's why I'd let you. I was going to say yes, but I wanted you to.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably have to leave and go get him, right? Yeah, you'd probably have to.
Did you drive here or did you walk?
I drove.
Yeah, so you'd have to leave and go get him. I mean, he could join. Would we want to send him the link, do you
Or-
want to
oh,
bring
yeah.
him over? I mean, we could send him the link.
Yes, he can just do it from his phone.
Yeah.
He said I can walk. He must be listening. He said I can walk. I'm not worried.
Okay.
I didn't say
Come on
you were
over.
worried. It's,
He'll be all right. He's
am I
fast.
gonna get
Don't even know what I was.
Nobody wants to mess with me right now. He just said
He's right. No one.
That's how I said. I said to Sims on the way home.
Absolutely right.
I was like, I'm going to that gas station tonight. If anybody's like, hey, you got any money? I'll be like, hey,
Give me money, bitch.
give me money. I'm having a worse night than you. I promise.
Okay, this is 3 minutes long and there's no transcription. Do we want to give it a shot?
Let's click play. See
What's
where
what happens?
see how it
It's an area-
starts.
It's a 402.
Okay.
Go for
Let's
it.
see how it starts. And honestly, Johnny might be over by the time it's finished. True.
Come on.
Hey, Jack. This is my third voicemail tonight.
Oh no!
My first two.
3.
Is it Josiah?
Yeah. It's awesome.
Josh. Hey, bud. What's up?
It's paying high again. We just play these guys, just so you know.
As time has gone on, it's been about 30 minutes. I don't know, 40 minutes.
As time
I
passes
still don't
by,
understand the
It's like-
one foul.
like sand
Iowa.
through an hour.
Yeah, like I don't think that's ever been a thing in the Sweet 16. One foul is insane.
It's amazing. It's awesome.
I get caught up on that very fast. At the same time, though, I mean, as a Nebraska fan, we all deep down in our hearts actually wanted Florida to win. Whether anyone wants to believe that or not, we did. Because if they did lose this game, it was at least still 1 seed.
No.
And not Iowa. And not have to listen to it from all of our Iowa buddies and Iowa fans that are around here. And
Easy to say now.
like even on your best year,
Yes.
our 9 seed NCAA tournament team takes it to the Elite Eight.
I wish everyone thought that, but they don't.
That being said,
They don't.
I'm not sure how you run 4 out on the floor.
Oh my
I
gosh!
actually don't blame Fred on that one.
My team's on the floor.
I blame,
That's
I mean,
that.
at the end of the day, yes, it is on
I
Fred
almost eat you a dent.
and the staff, not just Fred. It's on the staff, actually. It's on the assistants.
There's a lot of
Fred
people on
is
that
not
bench.
worried
that
about
see
how many
that.
players are on the floor. That's the assistants. But it's also on the players. That's when you communicate. Good teams talk. Great teams communicate. They talk to each other nonstop.
Elite teams don't have 4 players on the floor.
I don't really have a question. It's more, I mean, I don't know. I'm just on my third voicemail and just trying to validate my voicemails at this point. I always have great talking points, and then Jack's voicemail's pretty long in terms of what I'm going to say, and it's all before the game type stuff, and I lose.
Oh no! Jack, you need to unlock your thing so we can play the rest of this voicemail. Johnny.
We'll find it. One of these years. Oh, no. I think it went to the beginning.
Was it this one?
Boom.
It was empty.
Either way, Chris and Tim Peterson, hope you're doing well. Josh, hope you're doing. Obviously, you're doing well. You're flying up to Houston, so it sucks right now, but in 10, 15 years, this is the best. These moments have been the best.
Oh, the best. I thought you said the death.
So let's try to keep.
And it ends that way. Johnny is in the
Johnny.
building.
Come here, Johnny. Sit.
Here,
sit
yeah,
with
why
me,
don't you
Josh.
sit next to your dad? Here, let me make sure the cables aren't. There we go. Yep. All right. Johnny is in the building,
Oh, Johnny boy.
cracking open a beer.
Haven't heard him say a word.
Haven't heard him
Orioles
say
girl,
a
you're
word.
up next. All right, don't
Yep,
go anywhere.
we'll get there. Johnny, how are you?
Listen, I've had a little bit of time to process this. Obviously, not enough time. That'll be. I don't know if I will ever be able to process this legitimately. I know it sounds stupid.
No, it doesn't.
But in my lifetime,
Nobody's
I will
watching
not-
this thinks that.
I will not be able. I will never be able to process this. But it has been long enough now that I can think about everything outside of this game, and what this season has meant to me personally. To be able to be in college and go to these games and be here with my dad and be in Oklahoma City. Just sucks has to end this way, man. I love that team so much. I still love that team. I mean, everybody on that team is just, I will never forget any of their names for as long as I live. it was just special. I had more happy moments as a Nebraska fan this season than I had in my entire life. I hate Iowa so much. so much. Oh God, I can't. Man, if there are any Nebraska fans who still do not have just
Is this a run?
Just
dude, I heard from
that
some
is
of those
full
idiots.
of hatred.
I heard from some of these idiots tonight, Johnny. I can't believe it. I don't understand it.
Still,
because I said something about it, and it's like, what? Stop making it about Iowa. It's like,
oh God,
I don't understand.
You know what? I'm going upstairs.
No. Schaefer?
No.
Jack's coming up to sleep with you. What are you doing?
But seriously,
going upstairs
I mean,
for?
Yeah.
Yeah, to the
Cool
left.
part is there's a
after the
window and
door.
you can look out into the street. That's the weirdest part about that basketball. Sorry, Johnny, didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, you're fine. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say.
No, that was good. I agree.
Keenan says, I'm so happy that Johnny got to experience this season as a student. I think all of us former students envy him. Hell yeah, man. So you're a junior. So you've gotten, I mean, it's wild. Like the glory years, these are the glory years. It's like Dave Fight, one of our longtime subscribers, was a 94 to 97 college student.
That on the 91.
But literally, Stibbs, the greatest.
Dave. Yeah,
It's literally his teams that he got to watch in college lost 2 games in football. I mean, that will never be replicated. I don't know what's next for Nebrasketball, but I certainly know that people will look back at someone like you, Johnny, who had the tournament team a couple years ago, who've had the breakthrough year this year. Who knows what next year looks like, assuming Price doesn't go off into the NBA because he's a super sharp shooter from outside.
Make more money in Nebraska, I think.
I think so too. I think the NIL offer is quite large for him for next season, and so he'll be back. Frager will be back. Others will be back. And you'll have another year, and people are going to be jealous as hell of someone who is like, "Whoa, you were a part of the 23 to 27."
Yeah,
like you are going to be a part of that class.
Well, and I can tell people that I was in the Pentagon.
You were
Oklahoma. I mean,
you were in the Pentagon. You were in Oklahoma City.
Listen,
you were in. Let's not.
I got to experience every possible.
I was at the Star Wars house with Josh.
I was at the Star Wars house. Yeah.
Did a podcast.
I got to watch my dad spill his entire beer in the hot tub. Yeah,
I didn't even know about this.
It was the middle of the day.
It ended up not mattering. Our Airbnb person loved us, so they obviously didn't check the hot tub.
There were some bugs in there. We didn't talk about the bugs.
But no, I mean, I'm extremely blessed.
There's a
like
silverfish.
I'm just blessed, but
it sucks that it ended like this.
I will like my dad grew up watching those football years back in the 90s, and he saw what the pinnacle was for Nebraska sport. He saw what the pinnacle was for sports.
Sure.
In general, not just Husker sports. Like that is, you are on top. And obviously making it to the Sweet 16 is not the pinnacle of anything, right? Except for Nebraska basketball. But
sure,
I'm going to spend the rest of my life as a fan chasing that moment, and obviously it hasn't panned out for football, but, those are the people that are still fans today, the people that experience those moments, and I'm going to be able to talk with the people that I went to college with. I'm going to be able to talk to my buddies. I'm going to be able to talk to, 20 years, there's going to be kids who hear about this team.
Seriously. They're going to be a group that people never forget. I like, where was the comment at from? Yeah, Ian, if our year as closely resembles Indiana as people say, next year we're hanging a banner in the rafters. I literally made that joke to somebody this week where I said, if they're actually on the Indiana trajectory, next year is the year. Yeah. They're going to go 40-0 and win the national championship.
And it was opposite because Indiana beat us that year that they didn't win the national championship, like 49-7. So
yeah, exactly. So just stay tuned for
we beat Indiana this year.
Yeah, for next season.
All right.
Back to the voicemails. We just have a handful more to go.
4 left.
Is it Royals Girl who's up next?
Girl's up next.
Let's go. This is gonna
I
be
don't know if I can do this one.
Hey guys, it's Lindsay Strizek, aka Royals Girl. And I just wanted to call and say why I'm so sad and frustrated that we lost tonight. I'm going to try to go positive. If you told me at the beginning of the year we'd make the Sweet 16 but have to lose to Iowa, I'd have taken that 100 out of 100 times. I also think you're absolutely insane and it would never, ever happen. But it did. And I got to be there in Oklahoma City with my parents in the 4th row when they had that first turning win that we never ever thought would happen. And then the Vandy shot was pretty well lined up and thought for sure it went in. And the second that it took to process, it didn't. Then the mass pandemonium and celebration that happened until the PA guy and ushers had to kick us out. I'll always, always, always remember how loud it was in sharing that moment with my parents, other family members, great family friends, and complete strangers. I don't think I've ever hugged and high-fived as many people as I did in that few day stretch. And so I guess I just want to thank Fred, Nate, all the coaches and players for making my dreams come true. Making this season worth the years and years and years of heartache when you never thought it would happen. I'm going to love this team forever and hope in a couple of days they're able to process all of this and hold their heads high and be proud of all they've accomplished. But also, I think Fred's building something, and it's not just a flash in the pan, which makes me excited. We can actually maybe build something and go into next season and maybe go to back-to-back tournaments, which just seems insane to think about. But I think we could. And this team, those that are coming back, are going to have a chip on their shoulder. And we've seen when you doubt this team, what Fred can do and what these players will do. So I'm excited. I'm proud, obviously sad, but I want not for tonight to ruin this season. I just want to thank them. I want to thank you guys for all that you've done with your Nebrasketball content. It's been great all season. And go Big Red.
Thank you so much to Lindsay, another one of our longtime subscribers. We got
love Lindsay. We love her parents too.
Yeah, we got to hang out with them last week.
Yeah,
it was awesome. It was so cool to meet them. That was Schaefer said it earlier, getting to meet so many different listeners from so many different backgrounds. I don't want to say anyone was my favorite, but I guess I will give a particular shout out to Trey, who last week was like, Jack kept saying, I want to make sure we bring the tournament to you. And then you did so well that I decided to drive because he didn't want to miss out. And it was like, damn, that's exactly what we were going for.
That was my story.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to know you guys and crash with you.
Yeah. And because you texted us during the show or whatever, and you're like, I want to come down. Ha ha ha. But hoping obviously that you're like, and I said yes. And you texted me, you were like, are you serious? If you
guys are serious. I'm
and
really
sure enough, the next day. And I mean, there are going to be so many unforgettable moments from the last couple of weeks.
I'll talk about that later.
You know, the games, obviously, but man, getting to stand next to Stibbs during the first half in particular, and that Friday night when we're hanging out and we're meeting people and we're talking to people and we're throwing back beers and we're eating food and that, those are the memories, man. The games are, the games are obviously what they are, but it's the bonding, it's the spending time together. I talked to Lindsay for 20 minutes. The only reason that the time was cut short with her parents, as I was just about to. They were like, "Tell me about Boston."
Let's see if we can work a critique of Jack into it. Here it is.
My Boston Marathon journey begins in
I wanted to talk about running some more.
2018. So I'm going through this divorce.
I might have saved their lives.
I think I'd gotten to 2021 in the story. The Jack was like, "We're leaving."
So you were 3 hours into the story?
I had a long way to go. Check out Chasing 3 Hours for more. But in all seriousness, this was awesome.
I love Oklahoma City. I hate Houston.
Yeah, I'll never come back to this place.
I hate this.
Screw this city.
I mean, it
sucks.
It's not anyway.
Actually, 8. I mean, I actually
even if they won 2 games here, I'd be like, this place
sucks anyway.
Also,
and now I have
take.
Let's go, Dom Can Zone number 2.
I got a take for you guys.
Aggressively do not.
Is there something with the Wi-Fi in this whole city? It was garbage in the arena. It's garbage at this house. Because I was going to write an email to our Airbnb guy. Your Wi-Fi is bad. You need to upgrade your Wi-Fi. I'm still going to do that, but also because it's charge $10 more a day. Nobody cares. Get better Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Houston problem. Houston,
it is.
We have a Wi-Fi problem.
I think the Iranians have hacked their grid because Google Maps doesn't work. It doesn't work here.
Keep that to KLIN, please. How about this from Lindsay? My parents were so sad not to hear the end of the story. Thank you.
Oh, well, call them up if you have 3 hours.
Please don't involve any of us in it.
Ian says they call it the slow internet city for a reason. I
knew it. Ian, why didn't you tell us?
Yeah, I thought they called this the interstate city, not the slow internet city.
The concrete city.
I thought they called it lanes. Oh, God.
All right.
You're driving.
How many voicemails do we have to go?
3 more. This is DZ.
Hey guys, it's DZ. Just want to thank you guys for doing this. Jack, Josh, Caleb, Dibs, all the travel you guys have put in, and I've been living vicariously through you guys, wanting to be there through the whole way. Haven't had a chance to with family obligations and all that. But I did get to watch the games with my kids, which was amazing.
I forgot to.
I actually was gonna.
I forgot to touch.
I'm just gonna say that code out loud.
Yeah, and just change it eventually.
I mean, it's my birthday, so figure it out.
I didn't know his birthday until like 6 years ago.
One time he thought it was 3 months.
Through you guys, wanting to be there through the whole way. Haven't had a chance to with family obligations and all that. But I did get to watch the games with my kids, which was amazing. That wouldn't it any other way. But just want to thank you guys. Tough end to the season. Just want to end it by saying great season, and fuck Iowa. Fucking do Oblivion.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, DZ. By the way, all these voicemails coming on the I-80 Club voicemail line, 402-819-8030. Nebraska Pulmonary Specialties, they reached out to us, I believe, when we were driving home on Sunday. They wanted to be involved, and we very much appreciate them for their involvement for what we're doing down here in the worst city in the world, Houston. We absolutely hate it, but we appreciate them. We appreciate them greatly. We appreciate all the folks that have come along for the ride, including our road crew. Lincoln saw him again today.
Yep.
God, he's probably sad.
I'm we never got him over. We would have got him over here.
Yeah, Matt, Corey, Alex, Cina. Real quick, Corey, thank God you didn't come down, am I right? Gerren, Mark, Bret, Reese, Erik, Jordan, Bruce, Lindsay, who we heard from a few moments ago, Joe, Connor, and One-Eyed Eddie Sports Bar in Greeley. We appreciate all of them. We appreciate our community sponsors, Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology, AllSweep, Andrews Monument, Capital Dental, Husker Power Products, the
Anderson Monument.
Oh, it's Andrews, Jack. You keep saying it wrong.
It's Anderson.
It's Andrews. Look, it's Andrews.
We like them both.
I think you
That's
have
the logo. It's Andrews.
I can't see my text right now.
Yeah. Let's see.
What's your birthday?
Husker Power Products, Katie McDonald Realty, Look Architectural Coating, Sandstone Wealth Management, The Still, Sutton, Linder, and Sutton in 1620, The Zone. Jack keeps saying it wrong. That's literally the logo that we have on our graphic. Literally the logo that we have on our graphic.
I'm gonna find
from there in Nebraska City.
Shout out Anderson though too while we're at it.
They're all
love A.
We love A name.
He corrected me earlier, and I was like, "Oh, rats!" And then I was like, "Wait a second,
I saw you had their Twitter up.
Yeah, that's why I've had it, because I was you remember you looked at me earlier, and I was trying to get his attention because I wanted to confirm that's the logo. That's the logo that's on our graphic.
It's Anderson.
But why does it say?
I have a text from him right here.
This is awesome.
Damn it!
So they set the wrong logo.
Hold on. This is it's Andrews. It said Anderson.
So okay, well he said it. So
it says Anderson.
Does it say Anderson lower?
It's Andrews. It's not Andrews.
We tried to tell you that, Josh.
Oh, it is. Huh.
Wait, what's the logo? Is it
Andrews? Andrews is right. Anderson is wrong.
That's all right.
All right.
No one's perfect.
Oh. I'll send him. I'll just send him his money.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he got us to talk about him a lot longer than.
Tell us about Andrews.
They're in Nebraska City. His mom, I believe, was it mom or grandma? His name's Ryan. They started They started a monument business. It's a local one. They serve the entire eastern, Lincoln, Omaha. All of that area. Great family company. And I feel like a dumbass.
It's okay.
It's all right. We got 2 more voicemails. People forget about it. Ready?
All right.
Andrews.
Jack, Josh, Stibbs, Joe from Vegas. First of all,
oh God,
I feel absolutely horrible for Jack.
Yeah,
Jack and I are roughly the same age.
Anderson.
He's you're a little bit younger. So I do remember the pain and the hurt
back when Nebraska football was relevant and wouldn't win the big one. So I do feel bad for you tonight because I can see how gut-wrenching it is. And I truly feel bad for your son, Johnny, being that this was one of the first times that he's been able to experience success for a Nebraska team. However, I think the building blocks are there, providing Fred stays. I think that there's a lot of things to be grateful for this year. Obviously, if you were to ask, I think all three of you gentlemen at the beginning of the year, or at least Josh and Jack, sorry, Stibbs. By the way, Stibbs, I just wanted to say, I miss you on the Grum.
Oh,
Like Nick, but the Iowa crap's getting really old. And the
Really?
wait till next week.
one crap is beyond old.
Tomorrow.
And the stupid Frisbee golf crap is beyond old. But other than that,
You got to play for the show.
you're missed.
Thanks,
I just
Joe.
wanted to get that out there. Getting back to the season, though, I think the building blocks are there. I don't think if I was to ask any of you gentlemen prior to the year, you would have thought that this was even a possibility. So I know that probably makes the loss tonight even harder.
Yep.
But hopefully, God willing, this will be a springboard. The good news now, though, boys, is now we can focus all of our energy on Creighton getting eliminated, hopefully in the first round of the Crown.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
Creighton sucks. Speaking of things that suck balls, that would be the state of Iowa.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the home of meth and Slurpees, because those are their two favorite things outside of
Lettuce on
wrestling
pizza.
and tight outfits on a plastic mat. Let's just remember, they're Iowa. Even if they win on Saturday, they're not going to win the national title. And yeah, they're going to be in the they're that way. They can't help it. But now, after next week and this all this pain goes away, because it will, trust me.
Here we go.
Then we can start focusing in on Death March 2026.
Yeah.
The 4-8 season that our beloved Cornhuskers have, where we get to now experience the first of the next 3 years of what the 2022 season was, when we knew it was just dead man walking. So look what we have to look forward to. We get to look forward to INT, our new quarterback, sucking. And we get to look forward to the defense not stopping any run.
You got cut off.
That
I'm
is
surprised.
unlike
I'm
Joe.
very surprised. Joe, the first and hopefully not the last, but caller in IAD Club history. We tried callers once, and he was the only
It was
one.
terrible because it was live and he was on for like 15 minutes.
And did he lay in bed?
Yeah, and he said more F-bombs than McMaster even.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So thank you, Joe. It's good to hear from you.
Look at,
thank you for the
when Nebraska football loses, I don't cry anymore, so that's good.
By the way, Illinois won. They're moving on to play Iowa.
Shit.
So it could
That
have
sucks.
Yeah. Not to make everybody sadder.
I hope they lose by 800.
How many more do we got, Stibbs? Do we have two more to go? One more. This is the last one. Before we get to it, let's get a couple of mentions. First of all,
Andrews Monument, number one, I would say.
Tell me about him.
Nebraska City.
Maybe a few times.
Yeah, we love Andrews.
I don't have my phone.
In all seriousness, though, Nebraska Pulmonary Specialties, the sponsor of the voicemail. I hope that they're cool with F-bombs is my first thing.
Yeah,
we
probably should tell people that in the future, and
that there will be cuss words from time to time. Look, the most famous podcasts in the world also have F-bombs, and they make millions of dollars.
Kelsey's barely say any other word.
Yeah, exactly. I don't listen to that podcast. Stibbs tells me about all
you do.
trash.
Joe Rogan.
No, I don't. I just know the most popular shit.
Yeah, right.
I've listened to 2 Rogan episodes ever.
I listened to Sturgeon.
One of them was like a decade ago. It was about aliens, and I was like, I'm kind of interested in this.
Tell me more, Joe.
Maybe that was the only episode I've ever listened to.
That's not Jamie.
Also, ID Club Roadshow, Dancing with the Skurs Houston edition. As it comes to a close, this sadly is going to be the end of the road for us. Yikes. Nebraska Alumni Association, incredible. I'm so sad. This pod was going to be an all-timer tonight, and maybe it still has.
I'm having fun.
I'm having a good time.
It's way better.
I feel way better than I did walking out.
I can't believe how
I'm having an awful time. This sucks.
You were in way better spirits. You were in a much more jovial mood than I expected when you arrived. I'm serious.
When I arrived,
I thought you were
jovial, but you're better.
You were joking, and I was like, "Wow!" I thought you were going to be catatonic. It probably helps that you don't have to drive the pod like you do the Nebrasketball hour after.
You're right. You listen.
Professional.
And
I'm doing journalism.
As we're gonna do, since we're being sappy, like Josh throughout the whole, like always, obviously I think a lot of him because we're doing this whole thing together. But man, the way Josh, stop it.
Done.
Stop it. No, but Josh has allowed me to just sort of emotionally. He understands my executive function in certain situations, and just kind of and he makes sure, other than when I tell him different names of monument companies in Nebraska City who you should buy. Buy your gravestone.
All of them. Pre-order.
Please, if you would buy your gravestone now.
Yeah. I'm going to text Reese after I think it's time, honey.
It's time to go to Andrews and get that done.
Death is undefeated, folks. You are going.
Yeah, you are. As was said by a caller,
you will be in the ground. You might as well
maybe
be your spot.
All of us.
Yeah.
Just get multiple for Andrews because I regret that so much.
That was worse than when I was wrong about the whole driving thing earlier.
It's funny though. But Josh and I have this weird relationship where we're fighting most of the time via text. Most of it you don't see. Some of it gets public. But it's a lot of fighting. We're not going to lie about that. Definitely a lot of fighting, but
and then occasional holy shit, this rocks.
Brotherly fighting.
No, but I remember in Oklahoma City, which will always be. Now I'm already realizing how special Oklahoma City was.
It was.
But Josh had the computer there on the couch. I just sat there, crisscross applesauce like an idiot. Stibbs taking my pizza order after a sweet moment of
drinking beer out of a
wine glass, and Josh was making sure everything that I promised we would do was actually done. It wouldn't. 100% wouldn't happen. So, that's not all, but that was one thing I really, really freaking appreciated. To make the legitimacy of this thing, and that's what we depended on is having people get behind us, which I didn't ever think they would, and they did, in big numbers,
droves,
and
both weeks.
But yeah, man, you did a great job with that, and you did way more. We all do our things. We all do our different. It's a good team because we have different things that we're good at.
It's the best part about us, Jack. You do stuff and I do stuff.
And even even we do the shows we each got our things.
We do.
So I really appreciated you and everything you did there. So I'll quit doing that. That's probably how it's going to end tonight. With these kind of. No, I'm not going to end it now. I didn't say I'm going to end this. Make sure. I'm just saying the rest of the whole thing.
See, now we're fighting again.
God, get your finger down. Would you not ever do that?
Just make sure we had one more voicemail.
Not ever do this.
Finger out of my face. One more voicemail.
I know.
One more voicemail.
I know. I'm not. I know.
Tina says Chance should get a discount. You know what? Chance is giving. Chance.
Make him a red. Make him a red in the Discord.
Chance, when we're done, I'm gonna give you an invite. You're gonna
get him a red.
I don't think Jack will allow. Maybe cut down on the memes that you love on the internet.
Yeah, Jack's not a fan of your memes, but
remember that event that
I'm just trying to think of
24 and a half years ago. Whoa, 24 and a half years ago.
Just that's just me thinking.
Yeah,
big picture.
Kina said, I meant on monuments. Oh. Kina, undefeated. Kina. All right. One more voicemail to go.
Yep.
All right.
You'll recognize this guy too.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's Ian. First off, I want to say thank you for your amazing coverage, and you're just improvising with this, and it doesn't show. You look like a well-oiled machine, and all the content and the information that I've seen from you guys that's come out of Houston and previously Oklahoma City has been really great. And thank you to the sponsors as well.
Yes.
But
Anders,
you guys know me. I'm pretty even keel, and I really think things through before I do them, and committing to Nebraska sports, it's hard. It's genuinely hard. Hot Barb wanted to quit watching sports altogether after volleyball lost, and That was like it. Like we had put our eggs in that basket. Like, holy shit, we're doing it. We're gonna. And then they lost. And I said to Barb, like, hey, if we make it to the round of 30,
hot Stibs.
We made it to the Sweet 16, and it was like, this is great. And then I saw that we were going up against Iowa, and I just fucking hate that we had to lose to a goddamn team full of players that look like their fucking moms cut their hair. What? But I mean, I'll stick with it. What else am I gonna do? Love ya.
Ian,
you know what? It's better that that's the last one instead of like, you guys are awesome and I'm crying again, or some of those Josiah.
I'll stick with it.
Hey, here's the fourth voicemail. Awesome.
Thank you, Ian.
And,
I mean, I knew it was going to get funny at some
and
point.
Lou, 1 year ago, we were just starting doing the Groin Kick Chronicles with Ian and Stibs, man. Remember that? I'm glad we brought. I remember sitting in the
conservatory,
the orchestra hall or whatever the hell it was,
conservatory of music.
There and like Ian and Stibs were and Stibs was there every night helping us out. And I was like, God, we're not paying this dude anything. And I was like, God, I hate it. Like it sucks. But then we paid him a shit. I paid.
Then we
just an
flew you down here.
Absolute shitload of money to fly him down. Get him food and beer, and like I'm gonna take him to probably to a beach house. I think we're staying at maybe tomorrow. Hey, so now I like think
what wives are for.
Yeah, you know what? I think
he's father.
Oh, that's right. You're his wife. Yeah, I forgot about that.
But yeah,
Ian rocks.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that,
I wish we had a long podcast. I wish we had a long pod. Maybe we'll still do one here. I don't know.
I
want to do another one with Stibs, Ian. Another. I don't.
Whatever you guys want.
Hey, look who showed up. Shout out Trey. With love from Trey. After Dark is lit LMAO. Trey, this is the friend that I mentioned earlier.
It's either Broken Bow or Weeping Water. It's an alliteration. It's one of those.
My favorite part when I met Trey was I go, because he said he's a farmer, and I go, yeah, I can tell you got some tan. He goes, this isn't a tan. And I was like, yeah, I didn't want to say that. It was obvious, like that dude was red. That dude was burnt. It was so cool meeting Trey.
The freaking people.
Thank you, Trey. This has been
crazy. Drove up there. I remember he's like, I was looking for you guys. And I was like, I drove all the way up here.
I was so happy that he found us because, like, that would have been a huge bummer. He would have had a great time because they won the game in crazy fashion. But, like, I'm happy that he came down in search of us and that he was able to find us.
Tell you the story.
He was wonderful to talk to. So ends the journey. This stinks. We talked about last week off the air. I don't think we talked about it on the air. The come down off of this is going to be tremendous. Spring football, it comes to a close in a couple of days. And obviously everybody knows kind of, I think, how I feel about the football program right now and how it's just like a bummer. And, I got some personal baggage there that, I think is obviously hanging over everything as well. This basketball season, I've said it before, Jack. I didn't go to a game until college. I think I went to 2 games my freshman year. It never took. I watch the games. I watch the games because it's my job. I've always watched Nebraska basketball because it's my job. I want them to do well because it makes me happy, but it's mainly because it makes my friends happy. It makes my family happy. But honestly, it's mainly my friends. Again, my parents, they want them to do well, but we don't have the type of relationship with them that you do or you and Johnny do. It's always about my friends.
I wish they'd get more into it, actually.
I know. Honestly, I would like Richard. Shout out. I want to give a shout out to a few friends in particular. I got a great group chat that I talk about all the time. And there are the diehard fans in there. There's Corey, there's Jeff, there's Rob, and there's Aaron, and there's Andy. And then there's a few others of us who want them to do well again. And that's how it's always been. And then we got to do this year. And my job with Nebraska basketball, I want my job to be background. I want it to be the graphics. I want it to be making the YouTube links. I want it to be the titles. That's my job. I will do all of that. I've been lucky enough I got to hop on after the Illinois game, which was when I realized this is a special season.
Oh, what a day.
I got to hop on, I think, after the Oregon game. Like, I got to do a couple here and there throughout the season because there were some things that happened in personal lives for both you and Caleb.
And I was January, man.
It was brutal. And it was in the midst of this insane run by this team that had never given us anything absolutely anything. And for us to then, we decided we were going to do this. We were going to get sponsors. We were going to get, as we call them, our community partners, because that's what it feels like for us, partners in this journey. And for us to get to do Oklahoma City like we did. And yeah, the Houston trip, it's not going to have the warm and fuzzies like the Oklahoma City one did, but the fact that we were able to pull it off in such short succession as we're driving on the road using crappy Wi-Fi off of my phone was unreal. This has been, of all of the things that I have done in my career, I said last year, like the Chronicles, this is insane. Wow, what a cool thing. For us to get to do this a year later is even better. For me to get to bring my company, my job, my employer in for the ride, and for them to be so jacked about everything that we were doing that they wanted to put their logo on our graphics and put our show on their stream.
It's crazy.
That stuff, I mean, you know it more than anybody, and I mean, Jack does too, given, that we were used to be sister stations. This has been incredible. And I never thought that the biggest thing the I-80 Club would do would be basketball, because, again, that's so far. That's true. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped to have been able to do this. I've known Johnny for years. I developed a relationship where we first met each other really as I was going through a lot of my personal stuff almost a decade ago. I got to go to basketball games with you, too, in the midst of my divorce. And that's how I met Johnny. And we would go over occasionally to Jack's house. And Stibbs, there's always been the joke about Stibbs never going to the Wang Nachos and anything.
This is way better.
And now, I mean,
jokes on that.
It's,
Yeah, we can stop saying that.
I told this, I think, to Jack, and maybe I mentioned it to you, Stibbs. But last week, like, we had a great time. We had a great time on Wednesday driving down. We obviously had a great time on Thursday, but I think we would all agree that the trip went up a level when you showed up and were able to do what you did. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us over the course of the last couple of weeks. Obviously, not the last couple of weeks, this whole season.
Yeah.
I want to thank the day oneers of the I-80 Club for being with us. Like Stibbs just said, this is, we will look back at this someday and say, wow, that was insane. And I imagine it someday we'll say, wow, and yet we still weren't as big as we are now. That's obviously the dream. This has been awesome. This has been so much fun. I hate that it had to come to an end like this.
I hate it, man.
It sucks ass.
God, it was so
I stand up there's the 4-minute timeout happens, and I stand up. And I stand up because I'm shaking again like I was last week. And I was thinking to myself, I don't even have the baggage with this program that you do. Same. And yet I have a feeling up there, like just watching it. And when the second three hit that put Iowa up by 6, I just thought, oh no. And immediately I got to make this stupid ass graphic, and I got to find a sad photo, and I have to come up with a stupid headline and all the crap that I have.
Changing my flight immediately.
I have to change my flight immediately, and I'm getting the hell out of Houston. But in all seriousness, this rocks. This is so much fun. And Jack, we do work so well together because we are so different, because you focus on the things that make us the show that brings in the emotion from so many fans who say, God, that's what I want from the radio shows that I listen to. And all I can do is focus on a dumb graphic when Nebraska's down by 6 with 2 minutes to go.
You love graphics.
I love graphics. I'm getting good at Canva.
You are.
You look nice.
This was awesome. This was a great trip. We're still going to do podcasts. They're not going away, but God damn it, the come down off of this is going to be really, really hard. I can't believe that when you did your first Nebrasketball pod after the Oklahoma game in November, can you believe, Jack, that we finished
it was a Monday
in Houston?
Caleb and I talked about that on our show today. Is that I started off. We did that Monday after we went to the Sanford Pentagon, and there were like 23 people watching.
And look at us.
We were gonna get 1,000 tonight.
We were
gonna get
easily.
1,000. I mean, I hate. Gosh, we were gonna get 1,000.
I'll quit thinking about it. I don't like that. I'm gonna quickly. I don't like that I'm gonna go after you, but thank you. Obviously, I said that last week, and I made it short because I knew I'd get emotional. I'm gonna try to go a little longer, and probably will anyway. But agreed. Last week was awesome. Thank you guys a ton for allowing that to happen, and for not just allowing it, but like seemingly wanting it and it being awesome. And I agree. I had a blast. I've watched every single. I think there might have been one or two that I was late because I was at John Mulaney that night. Like I've watched most of the basketball games just to get to the basketball hour, because that's what I was looking forward to watch. And if I didn't have the basketball game, I might not understand some of it. So that was just like the precursor to make sure that I knew what was going to be talked about. And so then, and I remember watching some of them, especially when you would be on them, and be like, God, I want to talk. I have jokes I want to say. Like Jack would say something stupid. I'd be like, I had this one liner. Josh didn't think of it. This would have been great. Josh says some stuff too. Don't worry, Jack. But to be able to actually then be a part of it in the biggest moments on the biggest show that you guys ever did, incredible. And then, I never in my wildest dreams after. It was pretty. I mean, I remember, who did I say it to? There was a random tweet that was like from a follower that I had, like a mutual on Twitter, that was like, should I go to Houston? I was like, you absolutely should. I just got back from Oklahoma City. I'm laying on my couch depressed as shit because that was the best weekend I've had. And like, it's not going to be that good for a while.
And it wasn't.
And then, well, you say that
Stibs
to you. Then that next morning is when I get the text message from you. That's like, do you think if I could make this happen, you'd go? And I was like, I'm not going to say no to that. I'll figure it out if you actually make that happen. And you did in like 3 hours for me.
And we had no doubt. You texted.
I know. It's funny. At first, he said, don't get your hopes up. And I was like, yeah, that'd be crazy.
I said that.
And it wasn't 10 minutes of me sitting there after that text. I was like, why would I doubt what you guys could do? You've pulled off all this crazy shit this year. Of course, you're going to get enough people. People love you. I've seen the way people send super chats, send you money, want you, are impressed, that love to watch, are living vicariously through you. Of course, they want us all there. Yeah. And I've had a weird start to my year, and I'd just be sitting in my apartment those last two weekends, not in the best mood, by myself. And instead, I've got to come out here with you guys and dick around and have the time of my life. This basketball team, it means so much more to you guys. That's just the vehicle that got me to be here to do this, which is awesome. And I'll do it as much as you guys want. I love it. And there's a possibility that my year might get shittier when I get back because my dog isn't doing so hot. So like I am like every moment, every second of this. That's why I'm not leaving. I know I said I was thinking about it, but I was pretty sure like I'm not going. I'm going to hang out with you guys, and to be able to hang out, to be with you guys at Oklahoma City, you too. I was your third wheel. In a million years, if you'd have told me 3 years ago that I was with Johnny and Jack the moment that they made it to the Sweet 16, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing there? Why would I be there? Am I ruining their time? Like, what? As we were walking to the van that night, I was like, this is so cool. I was just like walking behind you guys. It's like, this rocks. I love your guys' family dynamic. I told you that earlier. It's been a blast. I know that sucked that way it ended. And the team itself doesn't affect me like it does you guys, which I'm lucky for that right now.
Did tonight. You seem pretty.
But it's Iowa. It's Iowa.
There you go.
It's Iowa.
Schaefer's wrong again.
But it's such a bad. It's the worst thing ever said on the I-80 Club.
But
I mean, we can agree to
it was
so bad.
But yeah, this is just. I'm having a blast. I'm going to have a blast the next day or two, or whatever. I'm along for the ride. I'm your passenger princess. So I've had a blast with Johnny. Nora's cool as hell. I hugged Johnny in the doorway. Like I've only hung out with Johnny like 3 times, but my first
you've hugged him
like
I saw you.
First time you beat the crap out of me at NBA Jam.
NBA Jam at the 1620 The Zone.
Nebraska Brewery round table.
My wife still wears the shirt from it. She still has.
I still have my shirt from it.
I
have that shirt.
Negan still wears
my
the
shirt. I was wearing that while I was not crying, but
Yeah.
close on in my bedroom for the entire time you guys were doing this before I got here. I was wearing that shirt.
But yeah, it was just my instinct to be like, I saw you and I was like, come here, buddy. Like you're like a little brother. I've just hung out with you a couple times.
I mean,
I've had an absolute.
And we went to La La Land all together.
Hell yeah, that was
apparently
fun.
I had no idea what that was.
Shout out Instagram influencers.
All jokes aside, though, when I heard that I was going, when my sister FaceTimed me and told me that we were coming here, my first thought was, is Stibbs coming too? Because I mean, it's so crazy when you have something like this that brings people together, how quickly and how close of relationships you can make with people. And it's been this game aside, it's been the best 2 weeks of my life. Being able to be here. And I know I did this earlier. When I'm back home and I'm with my friends, with my girlfriend, with all the people that I am with, I have to. They know me as like the Nebraska fan. Like I am that designated person in our friend group. I'm that designated person with everybody who knows me. They know that I'm the person to talk about Nebraska sports with. They know that is my thing. and to be able to come here and to be able to like do the show with you after that Indiana game,
That was
and
awesome.
to
That
have
was awesome.
to have people here watching who are the exact same. I don't have to apologize for caring so deeply about this team. I don't have to I apologized earlier because I said I know it sounds dumb, but like this, it feels dumb how much this means to me. But to have the group of people here that we have in the I-80 Club and watching here, basketball's always been just kind of not the distraction, but it's been what is able to keep me focused. It's what's able to get me through the day.
It's on the calendar. You see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what gets, I mean, the amount of days this year that I, struggling some days, school's hard, and not a lot of stuff going wrong, but when I see those games on the calendar, man, that's what got me through those. I mean, we were in Iowa. We watched that Ohio State game. We watched that Oregon game.
Yep, it was a tough year for our family.
Yeah. Josh, I know you're a book guy, but it's like your favorite book.
He's a nerd. It's okay if you talk to him.
Yeah, I know.
It's fine.
I know you're a big book guy, but it's just like you're reading your favorite book, and all of a sudden it comes to an end before you were wanting it to be done.
I love that comparison because not to get too nerdy with book versus like movies or shows, but you're with them for a long time.
Yeah.
You're with them for like a movie is 2 hours, maybe a show if it lasts a lot of seasons, like Sopranos. It's like 80 hours or whatever. A book, you're going to read it for a while. And that's why like we're watching. Oh, sorry, Stibbs. We're watching the Mariners and the Guardians right now. Like
maybe next year.
There's something that I always feel for baseball fans at the end of a journey where it's like, man, you put it, especially like you put it.
You talking about is the same thing I said after last year. Like, and I love the year, but it's like I spent 150 games with these guys. I feel like they're part of my family.
Yeah,
and more so than losing and not making it, it was. I just miss hanging out with my dudes, like you said, on the calendar.
Yeah,
I was like, I remember Wednesdays when there weren't games. Like, what am I?
What do I do?
I don't know what I'm going to do for the semester.
Tells you the All-Star break.
What am I supposed to do with my life?
Well, Jack and I are trying to figure out what do we do with the coffee show now. Yikes! This is going to be interesting. We're going to figure it out together. But in all seriousness, it's like this was a group. I mean, I know I've said it a lot lately. So likable, so much fun to watch, so enjoyable,
same vibe.
And now the worst part is you don't get to watch this group anymore. Whatever happens next, like players will return and players will leave, but like this group, Sam and Rink and Price and Frager and Jared Garcia, like all and everybody.
I don't know about. Sorry, Jared.
All those guys,
but
JG. This group of this team of this moment is sadly done, and like that's always the part about the end of a season that sucks is that you don't get to watch them.
I remember I keep saying, but I remember the year Tominaga was crying on the bench after they lost to A&M, and I was like, I'll never love a team. I've said this a million times, but I'll never love a team like I like that, and it's not true. Like, it'll happen again.
Yep. I want to thank quickly. I thank you guys all through my BS right there, but thank you to also. And this isn't a segue, but you can get to it if you want. The community partners.
Oh,
yes, Jack did all this work to call. You guys said yes and gave the money for me and all of us, but me to be here. It's incredible. And thanks to the listeners, the patrons, Bruce, Shane, Shane, Shane. Incredible to get me down from the 327 row 100 to get me down like 20th and 107, perpendicular with that shot getting bounced out by Vandy. Like it. You guys are all awesome.
Yeah,
all awesome.
Let's as we now say goodbye. Was there anything else, Jack? I know you said something earlier.
Real quick. I mean, I'll actually, I probably won't be that quick, but
good.
First of all, sorry about anywhere. I mean, like the sappiness at the end, but like, man, we don't really do this. Like, we've been around for 3 years. We haven't done this, at all. So, screw you if you don't like it. Go talk to the Iowa fans in the chat that I'll never see ever.
Yeah, it's like literally been on just the Supers the whole show.
It's just Supers. I'll never.
There are 215 comments that Jack will never read.
But a bunch of them are good, so you can just like hit me up with those somewhere else. But I'll never see your trolling Iowa ass things, and you're gonna lose by 30 in 2 days. I'm gonna love it.
80-30. That will be the score, actually.
80-30. That'd be awesome.
And first of all, I got a shout out. I feel. So I wish we could have got Caleb on tonight. And
I wanted to say to thank you to Caleb. he is obviously not going away. He'll be doing
And-
plenty with the I-80 club moving forward, just like he has been. The Nebraska
He's
basketball.
going to bring up to about 80 texts to me.
Yeah, the Nebraska basketball content would not have been possible without Caleb, because I certainly wasn't going to do it at the start, you know.
Yeah.
Like, he has been so vital to all of our coverage. The folks that did the Nebraska Ball Hour this year were Jack, myself, Caleb, Johnny. Then I guess we rolled in at the end Schaefer. We rolled in Stibbs. I don't know if we're missing anybody there, but like, those were the guys. But it was mainly you and Caleb. Him logging in from the arena, getting in trouble
wish
for
he
his
was
voice
here.
being too
I
loud.
hate that he's not here. I mean, and the only reason he's not is he's, reality of life. Like, you got to be home, take care of your kids sometimes, you know. It's the only reason he's not here. I would have figured out a way to get here.
Yeah.
Get him here.
It sucks. He was coming to Indy if the miracle was going to happen.
So just I'll be as quick as possible.
You're good.
And I know, but I already said this about Josh. Like, the things that make us fight during the week make us work when the shows
rolling.
go.
Yep.
Like, that's the reality of some differences in people and differences in personality, and so it's just a weird reality. It's a weird contrast between real life and there's nothing fake about it. Like,
why we work,
which is why I think it works. Like, I mean, I will, we'll both tell each other what annoys us about each other, but also
then we'll send us text later saying this is awesome.
But also, if we were the same, this thing would suck.
Yep, exactly.
If we got along all the time, this thing would suck. So I'll say that. Caleb, one more. I mean, Caleb, I hope he hears this. I'll tell him this as well. But man, that dude has done so much work because he believes in us, and that's it.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. He buys in. He's bought in from day one.
He believes in what we're doing. He enjoys it. He likes it, and you guys have no idea how much work he's done without. I mean, we've tried, we've done as best we can, we're not but he's done an unbelievable amount, and
he'll be involved in our next big project.
Growth. And he's going to be,
Our next big project won't really be as front facing.
By the way,
some of the other.
by the way, there's big ass news coming in the next few weeks.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Big ass news. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see when everyone tries to copy that one. Anyway, so I wanted to say that. I want to thank everyone who gave me all of you guys, Josh, you especially, all of the viewers, listeners, everything, that allowed me to have sort of the self-indulgent thing of having my son involved in everything.
Have it no other way. He's way cooler than you anyway.
Because, I know sometimes it probably seems self-indulgent. It probably seems nepo baby-y. I also think I think he does an incredible job. I wouldn't put him behind a mic if he sucked. I really wouldn't.
I was so impressed after that Indiana game.
And
yeah,
that
podcast
was a
so
blast.
good. Yeah.
No, I mean, after I didn't know how that would go, and I thought it was amazing.
It's awesome.
So to have that is going to make this a lifetime memory for both of us forever.
Yep.
And like to allow us to do that.
More important than anything.
It is awesome. Stibbs, we wouldn't go out of our way to make sure you were here. Like, Ben, if it wasn't when you walk in a room, everyone gets happier.
Yeah. Straight up.
Thanks. God damn it, Jack.
Every time, man. God, this is ridiculous. But I'll go to bat, man. And I did, and I will. And it looks like we still got quite a weekend left for the two of us.
Hell yeah.
So all of that. But I had companies reach out. I haven't even said this. Like, I bet I had 5 different people or companies come and say, I want you to be able to take your whole family there. Your family there, I want you to be able to take, or Johnny or whatever, and like offer to pay. And I said, look, I will, if you want to be a sponsor, we'll get, I mean, I'm not going to take it. Like, listen, I could, I mean, if I was like, oh God, I want to bring these people with me, we could financially do it. So I don't want to take someone's money like as charity. But on the other hand, like, but I was like, look, if you want to be a sponsor, we'll hopefully help you out a bunch with that whole thing. Like the amount of, it was just crazy to me, the amount of people who said they wanted to do that. Josh, you had people I know who told you that too.
They did. Like, yeah, people reached out to us.
Like, and like, or just to make sure we came, even generally. So
yes,
that was great. The people who believed in us at the beginning of the I-80 Club, I can't believe they did.
It's wild looking back at day one.
I can't believe they did, because I don't know what they were buying into, because I didn't even know what
I was going to say. We didn't know what we were doing.
We know what we're doing. But here's the biggest thing of all that I want to say out of all that, like everything I said. Like the people we've talked to, like I know I've been through sometimes I play the seniority card. I do these different things, but man, I've been through a lot of life. I know that there's that sometimes you feel like there's nobody who gets it, who knows what you're something you said, Stibbs, earlier made me think of this too. Like sometimes it feels like, man, there's nobody who gets who you are, who accepts who you are, who isn't judgmental about who you are, about the things that you do. I feel that some way. And I hope, like the biggest thing I hope for the club is not that it's less about taking these trips and getting bigger, but as Josh says several times, the vision I had for this thing is to be a community. And I was thinking about people in different geographies. I was thinking about the people who just don't have someone in their family who they can talk to this stuff about. Who are tired of the freaking toxicity of the internet everywhere, who are tired of social media, who are tired of all those things. And I was like, we can make a place where people come around that all that matters is that we're on the same page. We have this one thing in common. And other than that, nothing else matters. Not a damn other thing matters. Who you are, what you're, whether you're easy to like, what any of those things, whether you, where you live. And so that is the biggest thing, because I know how it can, how difficult it can be when you feel like you don't have anybody sometimes. And I think I hope that we provide, whether it's just via the shows, whether you're in our Discord, which I think is a great place. I applaud the way, because they do. I haven't been on there enough. But you talk about the OGs, you talk about man, I'm going to forget people, but
yeah, let's not even name names because we're forgetting them.
No, but it is a lot of the very OGs, Josh Jabs and Cina and Jordan and Matt,
Oliver.
No, not so much. And I'm gonna forget a ton. Bruce Shane, you mentioned all but what I see for them is that, like, they have understood that sort of directive, that hope is that somebody comes in and it doesn't matter as long as we got this one thing in common.
Yep. Everything else is gravy.
We're not gonna, we don't. There's no judgment on any other thing. There's no judgment as long as you're not an Iowa fan. There's no judgment on any other thing.
Yeah, we have a Jasker in there.
We got people who have
JB.
We've got people who have been going through health issues. We've got people who have been going through relationship issues. We have got people who have been going through. I mean,
they're Husker fans, for God's sake.
Yeah.
What's worse than that?
But like, to me, that's bigger than any other thing that we've had with this whole thing, is connecting people together in a non-judgmental, non-toxic place. That is where there's just so much of that everywhere. So
I met Bruce Shane in a concourse of a game and was hugging him and picking him up over my shoulder 2 hours later.
Yeah.
That doesn't say what the club should be. I don't think anything.
Yeah, I mean, Royals. I can't even. I'm gonna miss people. So
Royals girl. I don't even remember what it was about, but she DM'd me a handful of weeks ago about something I had talked about. I think it was baseball. Honestly, I don't remember. I honestly don't. But I was just like, oh, cool. Like how sweet of her to reach out, and we had like a back and forth for 20 minutes or so.
I met Tyler. I'm gonna go stay at a beach house with him and Stibbs.
Hell yeah! I can't wait to meet you, Tyler.
Relation.
Trust yourself with Tyler.
All I know.
Trust your money
and your
All I know is just I hope we've created relationships that will outlast any individual situations and the what brought us here, and maybe a support system, a network of people that is beyond what you've got already. That's beneficial. I'll tell you what, it has been for me.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/ID Club if you want to get access to some of the fun stuff that we have talked about throughout this trip. Let's one final thank you to everyone involved. Caleb again, who sadly was not on tonight's episode, but will be doing lots and lots with us moving forward. Schaefer, who went up a little bit earlier. Us four here: Stibbs, Jack, Johnny, myself. We've all been involved with various Nebrasketball stuff this season. Wild to say that about you, Stibbs. I've been thinking about that 2 weeks ago. You're like, what? That's common.
I've filled in on your radio show, and the only serious conversations we've had were about college basketball.
Yep. It's weird. It's weird.
It wasn't that long ago that we were giving John crap about how he wanted to cancel every college basketball season.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
So thank you to everyone who's done that. Let's give a one final shout out to our road crew who was so supportive. Look, like we know. I had conversations with people like, you're going to sell a hoodie for $100. Like, I get it. I understand it.
Yeah.
That money went so far in allowing this stuff to happen. So our road crew, and some of them bought shirts because we were like, why didn't we have shirts? Coffee mugs. That stuff's still in the store.
Nobody's perfect, guys.
We'll get the prices normal. So if you want to buy any of that and support us in the future, if you just like the look of stuff, Lincoln, Matt, Corey, Alex, Cina, Gerren, Mark, Bret, Reese, Erik, Jordan, Bruce, Lindsay, Royals girl, who you're just talking about, Joe, Connor, One-Eyed Eddie, Sports Bar and Greeley. Thank you for doing that. Again, we know it was pricey. We understand it, but that meant a lot. And so hopefully hearing your name, a few times a show,
I don't know if we're here without Lincoln and Jeff either. While we're really,
100%. I mean, you want to talk, I not to go too far down a different rabbit hole, but it's like there's these various moments of the club's history where it's like, that was a thing where we went up a little bit. The first big one was Volleyball State by far. That's the first big one by far. This is obviously going to be one, but the first big one was Volleyball State.
Another person I met this weekend for the first time.
Lincoln.
And then today he was
awesome.
15 rows away from me in the thing, and I hear stabs. And I'm like looking around, and I see
Arneal,
this red suit pointing at me, and I'm like, dude, I met
Jeff,
you guys a week ago.
Honestly, Jeff helped us with the alumni association.
Nebraska Alumni Association.
I don't think that happens.
Thank you,
Jeff. I don't know if we're here without him. So
our community partners, and we had sucks that I don't have my computer right now, but we've had a lot of community partners over the last couple of weeks.
I can tell you them all.
All right, you have literally all of them. I'll read the ones for this week, and we can fill up any of the gaps. Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology, AllSweep, Andrews Monument, Capital Dental, Husker Power Products, the obviously original title sponsor of this trip. Katie McDonald Realty, Look Architectural Coatings, who did an incredibly fast turnaround on our sign that we barely even got to put up last week because the weather was so hot and it was melting the freaking tape. Sandstone Wealth Management, speaking of Tyler, the Still, Sutton, Linder, and Sutton, and 1620 The Zone. I know I spoke about him earlier, but the Zone wanting to hop on board with this. Incredible. This would never have happened under previous leadership at my company.
Let's go, and they go back even to last week. Don.
Yep.
We got to shout out Don.
Surgical Associates.
You might have been the first.
I think he was the first one who reached out. Also, Don,
on.
we'll get back to you eventually. He wants to get hats. Like we have so many things to do. Thank you very much for your support.
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds.
Remember the bars?
We love hats.
No. Oh yeah. I do. I can't wait to hear about it. That was like months ago. Okay, that.
I'll get back to you.
The Still and Aaron. Yeah, you mentioned that. Trent Fellers, 5-star bath.
Yeah.
Shout out them.
PBA.
Jeff Mall and everybody at Visit Lincoln. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Yeah.
Pinnacle Bank Arena jumped on this. Lynn Higginbottom, I believe. Thank you to Lynn.
Fleet Feet Lincoln hopped
Fleet
on
Feet
board.
Lori.
Yep.
Lori
Shout out Lori Bohr.
Yep. And Symphony Orchestra, Barbara Zock and the team, and like one of the most accessible symphony orchestras in the nation. Where they're like, hey, we want to make sure people can get in here, get in there and see this. They don't have to feel weird because they're, not dressed up, any of those things.
Plus, if Jack goes, Nebraska wins big game. Should have sent him there tonight. Thanks to all of our community partners over the last couple of weeks. One of our community partners also became our voicemail sponsor. We thought we were going to have a full weekend of these, so that part stinks. But Nebraska Pulmonary Specialties, one of the people that reached out really wanted to get the entire crew down here. That was the reason the person reached out to us. So we very much appreciate Nebraska Pulmonary Specialties.
That's very sweet.
Incredibly kind, incredibly gracious. Again, it just stinks that we didn't have as many voicemails as we thought we were going to have this weekend celebrating.
You guys know
the quality was good, quantity not as much.
Well, the
good
voicemail we learned. We had the couch. We learned just based on this. We now have the couch shows, the voicemails.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you want to talk about things that we're
Gibbs involved. We got
not going anywhere.
Everybody else. Do you guys know during halftime I walked around the concourse?
I saw your tweets
4 times and wore gear.
That would have been
I
a fun
haven't read
story.
any of his tweets. I didn't open my phone.
It's pretty wild.
I saw.
I just walked around and I listened to like Christopher Cross the whole way.
The Houston edition of the ID Club Roadshow and Kanye. ID Club Roadshow, Dancing with the Skurs. Brought to you by the Nebraska Alumni Association. You said it a few minutes ago, Jack. Jeff Sheldon.
God, this is starting to sound like a PBS.
We've been doing this for like 40 minutes now, I think.
I can't believe anybody's watching.
But thank you to them. Thank you to them. But we're also, we're in all seriousness, so like, thank you.
Yeah,
we couldn't have done this. Thank you to the Nebraska Alumni Association.
It happens.
And along those lines, one final shout out to Husker Power Products. Seriously, like, I know we said it a lot last week. The reason we were here. Like, the reason that we felt comfortable, like, okay, at the very least we can do this,
Joe,
and maybe we won't have to spend any money. Maybe we can break even. Like, that was going to be the goal. Joe reached out and wanted to be involved. We had an awesome 30-minute conversation the day of the UCLA game of all games. And they
wanted to do it.
They were so on board, and it was so awesome. And now we moving forward, there will never be one like this again, because first of all, like, this was so seat of the pants. Like, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. And it was such a wild ride. Like, the template was set. Like, when we do this now in the future, we know what we're doing, which is going to make it easier, but it will lose a little bit of that, like, early days
grassroots.
Yeah, like
Fugazi in a bus playing.
I have zero doubt there will be subscribers who are like, yeah, but that first one, no, that was the best one with that weird house, and it's going to be like, yeah, you know what?
The interview in the dark with that lightsaber.
By the way,
Josh's socks.
First of all, I texted Josh like
Josh's socks isn't a Twitter account yet.
Pat Norris has a socks account.
Yeah,
it's
true.
I texted Josh earlier this week, and I was like, hey, Husker baseball regional, baby.
Oh yeah, you texted me that, and I said,
Josh was like, gross. I was like, what is wrong with you?
We're not doing.
Why would you even say?
I'm not involved in that.
You and me, Jack.
I'm not involved in. Not involved.
He's the worst.
Right?
Whatever I said earlier,
it's money.
He's the worst.
That's literally what Jack said. I guess you hate money.
Yeah, yeah, I did say that.
You know what?
Oklahoma City. What about Women's College Softball World Series?
All right, cool. We'll do that stuff.
Star Wars. You don't want to go back to Star Wars. I would go to the Star Wars house now. I'll drive there right now.
We know you.
I know you always want to drive places. You should have been driving.
I love
driving.
You know what's funny? You made fun of me for not liking. Michael Severe made fun of me, and you made fun of me for not liking to drive.
One more comment.
And now you're like, you love driving.
I love driving.
Finishing up, this is not a super, but I love this one from GBR for Life 35. This night sucks. It does. We hope that you at least had a little fun with us over the last 2.5 hours.
It's made me feel better.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us along the way. We're not going away. We'll be back at some point over the next couple of days. I don't know if we're going to do a coffee show on Saturday because, we're sad. Because we've also done like 1 billion hours of shows the last couple of weeks. We'll figure it out. I'm guessing we'll probably take this weekend off. It's not like there's anything to talk about. Oh, yeah.
Basketball season is over, period, for everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. And look forward for,
we got stuff.
I'm sure there'll be
I'm
some
excited to
other
hear about some of this
entities
news.
doing.
I'm going to click end stream and we'll tell you about it.
I'm gonna some other entities doing coffee
Just have
shows.
one more beer. We're going to split that and
I got more Texas ones at my house.
Okay, well, we're not there. We're here.
It's 4 seconds away.
Okay,
I'm not going to bed.
All right. Thanks, everybody. This was awesome.
Thank you all.
Glad
Thank
we
you
worked so
guys.
well together.
Thank you guys.
Johnny, thanks for coming
Build-
down.
You
This
guys.
was awesome.
I'm glad
Hey,
you came, Johnny.
Building a Patreon and a Discord is hard. Don't just start at one out of nowhere. It's not.
All right, everybody.
I'm just warning you if you were thinking about it.
Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. For Stibbs, for Jack, for Johnny, for Shay, for Caleb, who's not here with us. I'm
Love
Josh.
you.
See you later.
Love you.